certainly not going to get any easier today. USC and Notre Dame, it doesn't get much better than this. The Irish with the overall lead in the series, but in recent years, the Trojans have been dominant. They've won 7 straight, and some of them have been blowouts. Notre Dame wins the opening toss. They defer to the second half, so Southern California will receive. David Rufford, recruited from the dorms last season by Charlie Weiss, will have his first career kickoff. C.J. Gable and Curtis McNeil are deep for the Trojans. For the first time, puts his toe to it, and we're underway. From about the 7-yard line, Gable tried to make a cut. He's taken down at the 25-yard line. He banged his knee the other day, and he's back there returning kicks. Despite that, Steve Filer makes the special teams tackle, and here's the USC offense. Matt Barkley, his stats are modest, but Southern California has won every game he started. He was injured when the Trojans lost to Washington.
And he's already orchestrated 2 tough wins on the road against Ohio State and Cal 2 weeks ago.
First down SC from the 25. Barkley on first down, retreats, throws incomplete. And a flag is down, intended for David Osbury. It looks like it'll be an interference call on Gary Gray, who's getting the start today at corner. They picked on him right away.
Pass interference on the defense, number 4. Ball be placed in the spot of the foul. Automatic first down.
Yeah, we talked. Charlie Weiss said, hey, Gary Gray gets to start over Robert Blanton because, you know, they wanted a guy that's going to react to the ball better and be aggressive. They felt they weren't getting that from Robert Blanton, and Gary Gray has played well in most opportunities he's been given.
A little overly aggressive there. The interference call, as you saw, Michael Batman is our referee from the Pac-10. Pac-10 crew. Handoff to McKnight, and Joe McKnight dropped for a loss in the play back to the 30-yard line by Darius Fleming. As we take a look at our Adidas starting lineups now. First for the USC offense, and it's a top-class offensive line headed by third-year starter Jeff Byers. Into the backfield, McKnight, who just got that first carry and was thrown for a loss, has averaged 7 yards a carry this season. Williams is their top receiver. Barkley now on 2nd and 13. Hand off again to McKnight. Gets to the outside. Defense recovers and takes him down. It was Kyle McCarthy first to arrive on the scene.
Well, I'll tell you what, the defense, they had about 9 guys. They shifted late, 9 guys close to the line of scrimmage, trying to take the run away from Joe McKnight, because this is not the same kind of USC offense you've seen the last few years, not quite as dynamic, and they're going to run it and run it and run it with Joe McKnight, and you're going to see 8, sometimes 9 guys from Notre Dame up near the line of scrimmage.
Third downs have been a problem for the Trojans, and 3rd and long here.
Leading receiver up there.
Flags down. And the pass intended for Ron Johnson, who has returned after missing the first 5 games with a broken collarbone. Barkley incomplete on that 3rd down, and a flag came down early.
Dead ball. Ball start. Number 61 on the offense. 5-yard penalty. Remains 3rd down.
Chris O'Dowd, the center, called for the false start, but that gives SC another chance. It was a dead ball foul, so.
You said Ronald Johnson back after the first game after a broken collarbone. We were talking to Matt Barkley last Wednesday about having him back, and he said, what'd you think? I said, I'm stoked. That's Southern California ease for him. I'm really happy that he's back.
Well, he's the Trojans' chief deep threat. It's now 3rd down and 13. Barkley's in the shotgun. Blitz comes from the Irish. Barkley hit as he throws incomplete. Intended for Damian Williams. But Barkley's throw was high and wide as Sergio Brown was bearing down on him.
Yeah, and Darius Fleming, too. Darius Fleming made that one tackle for a loss. He's had 12 tackles this year, Tom. 8 of those now have been for a loss. Blitz by Brown, number 31. Goes right around the block of Stanley Havili. And that caused the high throw to Damian Williams.
So on to punt is Jacob Harfman. averaging 43.2 yards a boot this season. And Golden Tate is deep for Notre Dame. Booming punt, a high punt. Tate gathers it in. Made the first man miss. And then is dragged down at about the 35-yard line. 37-yard punt. 2 yards on the return. Jimmy Clausen will have his turn next. Happy about what his defense has done on the first possession of the game. Notre Dame football is brought to you by Xerox, ready for real business. By Liberty Mutual Insurance, responsibility, what's your policy? By new Gillette Hydra Scrub Body Wash, a powerful clean without dry skin. And by Coca-Cola Zero, real Coke taste and 0 calories. So Notre Dame takes over at their own 35-yard line. Charlie Weiss has called the play for Jimmy Clausen. He retreats to the shotgun. Clausen, first down, fakes a pass, goes the other way, sets up a screen to Rudolph. Kyle Rudolph, the tight end, powers across the 40-yard line. Pretty good gain on first down as Clausen completes his first pass. He is the nation's top-rated passer, 67% completions, 12 touchdowns, and 2 interceptions.
He has really been good at the end of the game, leading his team 3 times from coming behind wins in the fourth quarter. One of the real measuring sticks, I think, Tom, for quarterbacks. John Goodman is now back at Wildcat. This guy can throw it, too. He's a wide receiver who played some high school quarterback.
So Goodman in the Wildcat formation to take the direct snap. He has it. Goodman keeps. Midfield and beyond into Trojan territory. First down Irish. Everson Griffin chased him down after a gain of 12 for John Goodman, the sophomore from Fort Wayne.
And Charlie Weiss said to us yesterday, they're going to throw the kitchen sink at him. A new look with Goodman in the Wildcat formation. And I think the key thing about Goodman there, you see him run here, but he was a high school quarterback, and they say he has the strongest arm on the team. Wouldn't be surprised at some point to see him throw that ball into that formation.
All-State quarterback is a senior at Bishop Dwenger High School, Fort Wayne. Clausen back to take the snap from the shotgun. Hands it off to Golden Tate. And again, we expect to see the Irish use Golden Tate in a variety of ways, that time on a handoff, which gets him to the 45-yard line, just inside it. As we check our Adidas starting lineups for the Irish offense, and that veteran Irish offensive line getting its sternest test today. They've allowed 9 sacks this season. Aldridge will be back from injury today. Allen averaging 5 yards a carry, and Tate, of course, does everything for the Irish.
Lined up at fullback now. He'll line up at flanker, at split end, returns punts, just does about everything.
Goes in motion here. Vacant to Tate. Clausen throws it at the feet of Allen on an attempted screen that SC had defended perfectly. Here's the Southern California defense, which is tough up front. Griffin with 14 career sacks. And the linebackers have been great. Gallipo's their leading tackler. And Taylor Mays, 2-time All-American, may be the best safety in the country.
And Armin Olmstead gets his first start, broke his foot in training camp, now starting the defensive line for USC.
And the Irish with a 3rd down and 8. Clausen in the shotgun. Clausen's protection breaks down. Somehow he got away and threw a dangerous pass. Incomplete, intended for Armando Allen. Lucky it wasn't picked off by Gallipo.
I'll tell you one thing, the last couple of years, USC has been able to put a lot of pressure on the Irish, just rushing 4 guys. 1, 2, 3, 4, dropping 7 in coverage, and that has been the problem. Charlie Weiss said to us yesterday, if they can just rush 4 and we can't protect, or we can't run, it's going to be a long day. So a good rush by just the 4-down line.
So in punt formation is Ben Turk. And Williams deep for USC. Turk kind of off the side of his foot, but taken on the hop by Williams, who's hit immediately at the 10-yard line. Great special teams coverage by Steve Filer, who's had 2 special teams tackles already today. 36-yard punt, only 1 yard on the return. Second possession coming up for the Trojans. Complete your experience of this epic rivalry on NBCSports.com. Fans can follow the action live with a bonus camera for the duration of the game. You can also get analysis, live commentary, and more at NBCSports.com. Second possession for the Trojans begins from their own 12-yard line. One possession each, scoreless first quarter. Handoff is to McKnight. McKnight makes a nice cut. Got away from the first man, crosses the 20-yard line, where Kyle McCarthy covers him. Just be a couple yards short of the first down. And haven't had a chance yet to give you the starting lineups, or I need a starting lineups for the Notre Dame defense. And that defensive front really played tough in the Irish goal line stands against Washington. Highly touted Teo, the linebacker, now a regular starter. Fleming back after a hamstring injury kept him out 2 weeks ago. Already made a couple of plays. And in the secondary, Gary Gray getting his first start at corner and was called earlier for an interference. Second down from the eye. McKnight stumbled a bit. And then is taken down right at the first down marker.
Okay, this is a different Joe McKnight than USC has seen in the last couple of years, and he was always looking for the 30, 40, 50-yard run, and he would lose some yards. But now, as Pete Carroll was saying to us this week, you know, when something's not there, he'll still get you 2, 3, sometimes 4 yards. Maybe not as explosive, but more dependable.
And that time he got him a first down. The initial first down for the Trojans.
Watching the Irish defense, too. Kyle McCarthy, their outstanding strong safety. He's been coming up late toward the line of scrimmage, adding that 8th defender.
There he is now. He's cheating up as Barkley retreats to pass. Wings it downfield, and a catch made by McCoy at the 40-yard line. Big Anthony McCoy, 6'5", went up to get it for 34 yards.
You know, 34 yards, Tom. This is their tight end, Anthony McCoy. Prior to that catch, he was averaging 22 yards. Anthony McCoy in the slot on this formation. They spread him out a lot like the Irish do with Kyle Rudolph. And when you're 6'5", you've got a big old strike zone. Throws it high, goes up and gets it. And Barkley threw the ball early. Great anticipation, finding his tight end McCoy.
6'5" McCoy over the 6-foot Darren Walls for the long reception. First down, Trojans. Barkley, first down pass. Stands in the pocket, lost it to a man wide open. And a diving catch made by Damian Williams. If the ball had been on target, he would have had even more. But he did make a nice catch for 22 yards.
Yeah, again, sometimes when you throw the ball as early as Matt Barkley does, sometimes the receiver has to make a pretty good adjustment. What it does do is save some sacks. Good offensive line protection. Jeff Byers, Chris O'Dowd doing a great job. And a really good catch by Damian Williams, their leading receiver.
Right behind Gary Gray and in front of Kyle McCarthy. First down at the Irish 20. 2 long pass plays have the Trojans in the red zone. And a first down pass, and Barkley going for the slant and the touchdown to Damian Williams. Well, that was too easy. Bang, bang, bang. 3 pass plays, and the Trojans strike first.
You know, it's almost like practice there, Tom. Corin Brown was saying, the defensive coordinator for Notre Dame yesterday was saying, we can't let Matt Barkley throw it like it's in practice. Number 18, good little outside fake, inside move. The line shot by Matt Barkley. Wonderful drive by the Trojans, led by their freshman quarterback, Barkley.
Gary Gray, the junior from Columbia, South Carolina, as the extra point by Congdon is good. Jacob Congdon, or George Congdon, I should say, got the extra point. But Barkley riddling the Notre Dame defense, and Gary Gray has been picked on successfully by the Trojans so far. USC gets the touchdown pass from Williams. They go 35 yards to McCoy, 22 to Williams, and 20 to Williams for the touchdown. Harfman's kickoff, taken by Barry Gallup Jr. Off of the ankles, taken down at the 26.
Hey, let's go back to the touchdown and watch the route run by Damian Williams. It was a little post route, as you said, picking on Gary Gray. But watch the little stick move he puts outside, then breaks in. And then the other thing, watch the timing of Matt Barkley. He hits that 5th step and looks left, and he comes back and just drills it. Perfectly run route and good timing by Barkley.
So Gray picked on 2 of the 3 passes and had an interference call earlier. Definitely the target on his back from the USC offense. So Notre Dame's offense tries to answer. First down handoff to Robert Hughes. And he stopped in his tracks. Maybe he lost a yard on the play.
Charlie Weiss said to us yesterday, if we can't run the ball, it's going to be a long day. And he said the last couple of years, our offensive line has been manhandled, and we just have to do a lot better job.
Terrell Casey made that stop for no gain. So it's 2nd down and 10. Crossing the 30-yard line and taking a lot of white shirts to get him down. Robert Hughes. It'll bring up 3rd down for the Irish. Here's the line they're trying to make. Our first down line brought to you by Xerox. So 3rd down and 3 for Notre Dame, trailing 7-0 after USC marched 80 yards with 3 long passes. The key plays.
Kyle Rudolph is a guy that Jimmy Clausen has looked for in these kinds of situations.
3rd down and 3. Pressure on Clausen. Fires it sidearm, and it is complete to Robbie Paris. And Paris has the Notre Dame first down. The heads-up play by Paris, who is the senior, who knows where those sticks are. We saw him do that, too, in the winning drive against Purdue.
Yeah, you know, he's just earned the respect of Jimmy Clausen. Remember, Michael Floyd got hurt, but Jimmy Clausen knows exactly where he's going to be. If he throws it in his direction, most times he's going to catch it. Doesn't bobble the balls. Very, very dependable guy, a quarterback security blanket.
Irish empty the backfield now. Clausen in the shotgun. First down play from the Irish 37. Clausen flips it away.
You know,
might have given his protection a little more chance than he started backpedaling and let it go.
But you see Everson Griffin, number 93 in pass coverage. This we said at the very beginning of the show, a freakishly fast defensive end. Just a moment ago, he was covering Golden Tate. There's 93. Watch how he just drops back in coverage. He plays a position that USC calls Leo. It's half, linebacker, half defensive end.
2nd down and 10. Clausen again feeling the pressure, and again has to unload it.
Again, just that time a 3-man rush by USC, putting pressure on Jimmy Clausen. And again, that's the thing that Charlie Weiss was so concerned about, is the protection with just a 3- or 4-man rush. You have 1, 2, and 3, and there they go.
If you get that kind of pressure, you're going to have everybody covered downfield, and 2 straight downs now. Clausen has been chased from the pocket, feeling the pressure, and had to throw it away. So 3rd down and 10.
Start with a 4-down lineman look.
Clausen sacked back at the 30-yard line.
It's Everson Griffin, and that's his 5th sack of the year. And Tom, this is just what Charlie Weiss was so concerned about as we talked to him yesterday. They have 7 guys in coverage, so there's a lot of guys that can gang up on Golden Tate and Kyle Rudolph, but off the edge. And a terrific move against Duncan and right into the lap of Jimmy Carson. I'll tell you, Everson Griffin's off to a good start.
Ben Turk with the punt toward Williams. Williams calls for a fair catch as he backpedals and makes it over his shoulder. They'll mark it at about the 22-yard line. So Griffin and his teammates putting the pressure on Clausen as he gets the ball back. USC takes over at its own 22-yard line, leading 7-0. Alan Bradford in the backfield for the first time. Barkley, first down pass, pumps once, pumps twice, and deflected. Intended for Ron Johnson. Harrison Smith got a hand on it for Notre Dame. And Matt Barkley Barkley, starting quarterback, just 19 years old, but mature beyond his years. In fact, Pete Carroll was saying to us, he's been starting at quarterback since he was in the 6th grade. He really has great football sense beyond his years, and he's in some pretty select company. These are Pete Carroll's quarterbacks: Carson Palmer, Matt Leinart, Heisman Trophy winners. Don David Booty was all Pac-10. And of course, Mark Sanchez having a terrific year with the Jets in his rookie season in the NFL. Second down pitch to Bradford. Bradford got around the corner for a moment, then tripped up at about the 25-yard line.
You know, we were talking to Jeff Byers, the left guard for USC this week, and he's blocked for all those guys. Jeff Byers in his 6th year now at USC, got a medical redshirt year, graduated with a degree in business, and actually will get his MBA at the end of December. He said, I played with some pretty good ones, but he said, this Matt Barkley, very special kid, does not get flustered.
Well, he's facing a 3rd and 7 here. From the shotgun, here's Barkley. Rush chases him from the pocket, directing a little traffic, now tucks it under and takes a hit. Blasted out of bounds by Manti Te'o.
Boy, he did get blasted by Manti Te'o.
Te'o, of course, was the subject of that fierce recruiting battle between Notre Dame and USC, the youngster from Hawaii.
Yeah, he said he didn't even decide on which school he was going to go to until 5 o'clock that morning. Guy that keeps on his iPhone keeps the temperature of both Honolulu and South Bend, and it's got a 4-degree difference today.
So Jacob Harfman in punt formation. Golden Tate awaits it. Harfman gets it away. Tate, fair catch call. Runs up to make it at the 45-yard line. Good field position for the Irish as they take over, but the last series anyway was pretty much a disaster for Notre Dame. We'll see if they've made some adjustments. Get live scores and news on your phone, plus iPhone users can watch live NBC Sports coverage of Notre Dame games. To find out how, text the word Irish to 51515. Message and data rates apply. First down, play action fake. Clausen finds Golden Tate. Tate wrestled down into Trojan territory, close to the first down marker. Taylor Mays first to hit him.
Yeah, that's a really strong run after the catch by Golden Tate, because there were 2 Trojan defenders right there, one of them being Taylor Mays. But as we've seen all year long about Golden Tate, you know, the adventure just begins when he catches the ball.
And both Pete Carroll and Rocky Sato, the defensive coordinator, were saying how tough he is after the catch with his running ability.
Yeah, and they were saying you better take the right angle, tackling angle on him, he'll run right by you.
It's close enough to the first down that they're taking a long look and bring the chains in.
Talking to Jimmy Clausen yesterday, and as you mentioned, Tom grew up in Southern California, knows a lot of these guys from the SC locker room. As a matter of fact, last year went to the Rose Bowl game where USC played in, hung out with the team afterwards. It is a first down for the Irish.
And he and Matt Barkley have known each other since middle school, went to a lot of the quarterback camps together, and played a little pitch and catch together many times. And Clausen was saying he was texting him earlier this week, telling him how cold it was here.
Just reminded him.
First down Irish on the catch and run by Golden Tate. Robert Hughes.
That's a good first down run for the Irish. That's what they need to do. Jimmy Clausen against the USC defense.
Something's got to give, huh?
Yeah, on the right-hand column, you see what he's been doing this year. On the left-hand side, you see what SC's defense has been doing. And thus far, it's been the front 4 of USC that's had the better of the battle.
It'll be tough for a quarterback if they're pressuring him with 3 or 4 rushers and everybody else downfield's covered.
That's been the strategy the last couple of years.
And it's worked.
Yeah, play 7 in coverage.
3 points the last 2 meetings for the Irish. We'll keep it on the ground to Hughes. He'll be about a yard short of the first down. Well, if they're able to successfully run the ball and pick up some first downs, that might force SC to bring more than 4 up front.
Absolutely. Huh? Maybe you bring your strong safety up, and then that gives Golden Tate some opportunities down the field.
It's going to be 3rd down and a yard. Armando Allen on the sideline as Robert Hughes has gotten the call the last 2 series. Hughes is in there now. Golden Tate is at tailback. And Aldridge at fullback. So Aldridge fullback, Tate at tailback. Fullback Aldridge, who has just returned from injury. That'll be close to the first down, but that's going to depend on the spot of the football.
You got a good spot.
Looks like they are beyond that yellow line. It's not official, of course, but is enough for the first down. So James Aldridge getting the carry, only his 4th carry of the season. Been battling injuries, of course, in recent weeks, and back today. Now both Hughes and Aldridge out. There's how many first downs they had last, so they've equaled their entire output a season ago. Armando Allen back at tailback now, and Aldridge still in fullback. Clausen stumbled a bit as he retreated. Now fires it, and it's deflected, intended for Golden Tate, but he was well covered on the play by Kevin Thomas.
Yeah, Kevin Thomas and Josh Pinkard, both seniors, both having really strong season at the corner spot. They do play a lot of cover 2. See a lot of press coverage. So he knows he's got some help behind him. You know, unlike the Washington game where Golden Tate ran completely free, I'll tell you, they are really aware of where Golden Tate is. And as we talked to Rocky Seto, the defensive coordinator, says, hey, we know every down where the Golden Tate is, and we put some attention to him.
Here's the Wildcat formation as Clausen flanks out. Goodman will take the direct snap. Clausen to the top of the screen in a wide receiver spot. Hand off to Allen. Armando Allen using a block up front. Inside the 30-yard line where Chris Gallipo chases him down. But they come from the Wildcat. The handoff to Allen, who gets a nice gain.
Yeah, nice little run by Armando Allen, who's had a very good year, battled some injuries, back in the lineup. Again, I still think Goodman, who's going to give it a little throw. Trevor Robinson on the pull there. And Chris Gallipo saves what would have been another at least 10 or 15 yards by Armando Allen.
They got 6. It's 2nd down and 4. Wildcat again. Goodman. Another handoff to Allen. Tries the other side with not as much success. Got a couple of yards, and as you see, short of the first.
One thing about the Wildcat for Notre Dame, their best player is Jimmy Clausen, right? And you're taking really the game out of Jimmy's hands.
So 4th down and 2, and they're going to try the field goal from Nick Tausch. He's hit 10 in a row. It's a fake. And a pass to a wide open Robbie Paris, who is just knocked out of bounds at about the 2-yard line. Make it the 3. Chased down. Eric Mouse, the holder, made the pass to Paris for 24 yards.
Well, Charlie Weiss said he's going to throw the kitchen sink at USC. Clever play. Paris on the right sideline, right in front of the blue jerseys of his teammates, lost by the USC defense. A good throw there by Mouse, and there wasn't anybody within 15 yards. Well, that's good scouting and then good execution by the Irish. And just hiding over there on the sideline. I saw somebody else do that this year. I can't remember what game it was.
Taylor Mays saved the touchdown. I mean, that could be big. This is a USC defense capable of a goal line stand, so saving the touchdown with a hustle play by Mays could prove to be big. It's 1st and goal at the 2. Hughes takes the direct snap. Stuffed once, keeps driving. Touchdown.
Clever play by the Irish, and well scouted. Take a look at the rush, see if he gets in to the end zone. Looks like they're going to review it.
Robert Hughes stopped initially.
Now remember, it's where the ball is when he goes down. Now, I don't think that's enough to overturn it.
This will be a better angle, perhaps. Stop there.
He just keeps churning. I saw that last week or 2 weeks ago against Washington.
Can't tell really. You're
Yeah.
blocked by the various players. Replay officials today from the Big East.
Is his knee down? There. And I still think that's they're gonna let that one stand.
Nicholas Traynor and Michael Semcheski from the Big East, the replay officials. Taking a look at this one. On the fake field goal, pass from Moss to Paris. Got it to the 2, and then Hughes takes the direct snap. Ruled a touchdown, and we're reviewing it.
It's really.
After further review, the ruling on the field stand.
I think it's the right call.
Yep.
Could overturn that. Well, good drive by the Irish. Gets them to within a point.
And Nick Tausch will attempt the point after as Robbie Paris made the big play on the fake field goal, the catch. And Tausch to tie it up. He's hit 15 of 16 the freshman has, and this one on the money. Nick Tausch ties it up, so the Irish, and true to Charlie Weiss's word, are going to throw a little everything at him. They went to the fake field goal completion to Paris, and then they have Robert Hughes take a direct snap from center on the touchdown run. So we've seen lots of different things here in the first quarter from the Irish, who have tied the game at 7. A minute 4 to go in that first quarter. Jimmy Clausen has been really a non-factor in the game so far.
Well, you're right. Only 3 completions, 8 attempts, but you know, they manufactured a touchdown a different way, and sometimes you have to do that against top-notch defenses, right? USC had only given up 3 touchdowns total coming in today's game. That was just their 4th.
Just the 4th touchdown surrendered by the USC defense that is giving up an average of 65 net rushing yards a game, and still not allowed a passing touchdown with 22 sacks now, counting one today, by 10 different players.
Yeah, that's the amazing thing. You know, usually if it's 1 or 2 guys, you can kind of double team them, but the 10 different guys who've gotten sacks.
So here's Ruffers' kickoff, and it's a good deep kickoff taken by Gable. And in reverse, the football dropped and recovered by USC. Joe McKnight fumbled it, but fell on it. And the Trojans will have it, but deep in their own territory, as we go to Jimmy Roberts in our New York studio.
All right, Tom, we've got an ADT game break for you, and it's a big one. Texas and Oklahoma for the 104th time, third quarter, all tied at 6. Colt McCoy dropping back, finding Marquise Goodwin from the 14. That made it 13-6 Longhorns. They go on to win it 16-13. But the big news, Tom, from this one, Sam Bradford knocked out of the game on the second series, an injury to that same throw.
Jimmy, there's Joe McKnight with a first down carry that's stacked up at the line of scrimmage by the Irish front. And Ian Williams was at the bottom of the stack, and as you mentioned, Charlie Weiss said if we can't run the ball, it's going to be a long afternoon. He also said if we can't stop the run.
They did a pretty good job stopping the run. They have not really been able to slow down Matt Barkley, at least in that 1 touchdown drive. But you see how many blue jerseys around the line of scrimmage? At least 8 there. There's just absolutely nowhere for Joe McKnight to go. So Matt Barkley, there's going to be a lot more on this freshman's shoulders than perhaps they wanted.
Blitz comes. SC picks it up, and Barkley's pass is incomplete, just a little high for Ron Johnson.
Well, that's the timing off. Ronald Johnson just back, broke his collarbone in August, first game back, and I'll tell you, Matt Barkley had him wide open. Really good pass protection by this offensive line, and just a little square out. Robert Blanton in now for Gary Gray. Picked on Gray, he's out. Blanton in. Should have been an easy catch.
Ronald Johnson, who missed the first 5 games, had a couple of of starts and 33 receptions 1 season ago. He's a junior from Muskegon, Michigan. Shotgun on 3rd down. Barkley, great protection. The pass is on target. He threaded it just between the defenders to Bryce Butler, over the heads of the up men, in front of the back men for 17 yards and a first down.
You talk about a tight window. I mean, there's a very small window for Matt Barkley there to find his number 3 receiver, Bryce Butler. A guy he's in the slot, a guy that was recruited by Notre Dame as well.
And so the first quarter comes to a close as Barkley completes a long pass to keep the drive going for SC. It's 7-7. We'll be back to Notre Dame Stadium after these messages from your local NBC station.
Open the door to possibility. Open House.
MetLife is providing these aerial views of the Notre Dame campus and the game below. MetLife provides coverage of major sporting events while also providing you with guarantees for the ifs in life. Visit MetLife.com today. Start the second quarter in a 7-7 game. First down for USC. Play action fake. Barkley, first down, chased, fires, and it is nearly intercepted. Robert Blanton had a bead on it and could not hold on as he broke in front of the receiver.
Robert Blanton had an interception last year against USC. Good break on the ball by Blanton. One of those crossing routes against man-for-man coverage. If he gets the ball out in front of him, he maybe catches it, but Robert Blanton, good makeup speed. That's what you're looking for from a defensive corner.
There are the numbers on Blanton this season, who lost his starting job to Gary Gray today. Pitch it to McKnight. Blockers in front, and McKnight cuts up with a big gain. Still going down the sideline. He's out of bounds, short of the Notre Dame 40. That's a gain of 32 yards on the sweep to Joe McKnight.
You know, it's like dial-up modem versus high-speed internet. When Joe McKnight, we said, you know, he's doing better in those 2 and 3 and 4 yard runs, but don't forget, Joe McKnight has this in him as well. Stanley Avili, the lead block by the fullback, terrific play. That
brought back memories of student body left, didn't it?
Yeah, no, that probably should have been a penalty against Ian Williams, who hit him out of bounds. That's what Pete Carroll was complaining about.
So big play for the Trojans. They have a first down at the Notre Dame 42-yard line. Pitch to Bradford, trying the other side in the same play. And he is to the 35-yard line and out of bounds, chased out by Kyle McCarthy.
Well, the Trojans have had one good drive with a passing game. This one gets off to a promising start in the running game. And Alan Bradford's a guy filling in for Stephon Johnson, the injured Trojan, but Alan Bradford's waited his turn. He's kind of played a few different positions. Had an unbelievable high school career in Southern California. Now getting a chance.
So from the 35, second down. Bradford, right up the middle. Still turning his way to the 10-yard line.
Well, Joe McKnight will make you miss, and Alan Bradford will try to run right over you. There is no make your miss in Alan Bradford's repertoire.
24 yards on this one.
A powerful, powerful runner. And again, you know, you think about, you look back at all of Pete Carroll's teams and all that flash and dash. What he always has had is had a big back that can do that. Good block by Chris O'Dowd as well.
First down at the 11 of Notre Dame. Barkley for the end zone. Had a man, but overshot Damian Williams. Williams had gotten behind Blanton in the end zone. Charlie Weiss said a long day if they don't stop the rush.
Well, they had done a pretty good job until that drive, or this drive, Tom, really. But, you know, McKnight averages over 7 yards a carry. Bradford averages over 6 yards a carry.
Second down and 10. ducking to the outside.
Good tackle by Robert Blanton.
And latched onto him and rode him out of bounds.
Now here's a guy, Robert Blanton, who was benched, as you've mentioned, Tom. He's come back on this drive, made a pretty good play in pass defense, and made perhaps a touchdown-saving tackle there on Alan Bradford. Good play by Robert Blanton.
Well, the first touchdown drive by USC, they had 3 big pass plays, including the completion for the touchdown. And this one, they've been grinding it out on the ground. They have a 3rd down and 5. McKnight back in at tailback. He's in motion.
And Pete Carroll runs out in the field, calls timeout.
Pete Carroll was all the way out, nearly to the hash mark, it seemed like, at the 20-yard line, to make sure the officials saw him for the timeout. So timeout USC, their first of the half. They face a 3rd down and 5 deep in Irish territory when we return. Notre Dame football is brought to you by Saw 6. This Halloween, the game comes full circle in theaters Friday. By Bud Light. With the just right taste that's not too heavy, not too light, the difference is drinkability. And by McDonald's.
Well, they're going to bring that kickoff back. They were given the signal by the official. Do-over. Mulligan.
The Trojans driving 80 yards in 11 plays for their go-ahead field goal. And of the 80 yards, 63 of it on the ground.
Yeah, so they had a touchdown drive where it was all 3 passes, boom, 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 and then a little bit more methodical running game that got them 3 points.
Harfman has it teed up for real this time. Riddick and Gallup are deep. Theo Riddick with a head of steam up the center and then spun down as he crosses the 30-yard line. It took a lot to get him down. So Theo Riddick with a good return, the freshman.
Well, Jimmy Clausen, we said this is a big stage for him, right? And Charlie Weiss said, hey, he's got to perform on this stage against this team. So far, Jimmy, just 3 of 8 for 20 yards.
He's been a non-factor. It's been the Irish trickery, if you will, that's been the predominant factor for them. They trail by 3.
Well, he has been under duress when he's trying to throw.
No question. Without a lot of gimmick rushes either. Empty backfield. Clausen adjusting the protection. Protection this time, but it finally breaks down. They had coverage downfield, and it'll be a sack.
That's Nick Perry.
Nick Perry.
Yeah, 7th sack on the year. He leads the Pac-10. Came into the game with a little, but see, that's the problem. You rush 3 or 4, Tom, right? And you got 7 back. Jimmy just doesn't have anywhere to throw it, so he's got to hold it, and that gives Nick Perry a chance. That's been the formula for USC the past 2 years.
Clausen sacked for the 2nd time as the Irish go to a hurry up here. Get an empty backfield, 2nd down.
3-man rush.
Dangerous pass to Dion Walker. It's incomplete. Kevin Thomas broke it up.
Yeah, that time 8 guys back. That's kind of the theme, 3 or 4-man rush. Look at the coverage of Kevin Thomas.
Well, that's interference.
That should have been interference. Came in early over the head of Dion Walker.
Should have been an interference call on that one. So the Trojans get a break. It'll be 3rd down and 12. Timeout, Notre Dame. Clausen looked over the SC defense and quickly called for the timeout. So Coach Weiss and Jimmy Clausen will confer, facing a 3rd down and 12. Notre Dame football is brought to you by Ink, the new business card from Chase. Make your mark with Ink. Go to chase.com/ink. 3rd down and 12 facing the Irish here from the 31-yard line of Notre Dame. Clausen sees an impending blitz, looks like, retreats after making an adjustment. Just rushing 4, though, and Clausen through the center of the defense misfires intended for Tate. It was short of the first down anyway.
Well, we said it again and again. It's the theme. Rush 4, drop 7, and there have not been a lot of wide open Irish receivers.
So Van Turk is on to punt for Pete Carroll's team about to get the ball back. Damian Williams is the low punt by Turk, but takes a good Notre Dame bounce. For some reason, a Notre Dame player fell on it.
It may have touched a Trojan player. Now they're marking it the other way, but it was close.
He was going to take another couple of yards bounce had he not fallen on it, but I guess he did think that a Trojan had touched it.
Yeah.
So, but it's rolled USC ball.
I think it's one of the hardest things when you're covered a punt. Just didn't go. It actually didn't touch T.J. McDonald. Well, it's the right call by the officials. We're going to take another look at it.
So a little bit of review upstairs, but I believe they'll rule that it did not contact a Trojan.
Well, they're doing the right thing, right? Getting it right.
Sure. Take a look at it and make sure.
T.J. McDonald, number 7, is the Trojan player.
Kind of hit toward the foot, too, of another Trojan. Didn't appear to hit anybody.
Didn't look like it on either one of those angles. And it's one of those things you really have to see it to overrule it. Boy, it did come close to T.J. McDonald's foot. T.J. McDonald, the son of Tim McDonald, the old strong safety at USC.
Charlie Weiss pulling out his bag of tricks today, but he trails Pete Carroll and the Trojans by 3.
Rolls on the right side of your screen at home. I don't think he can overturn that, Tom.
No.
But, you know, for Charlie Weiss, I think just what he was fearful of is not being able to force USC to play more guys up against the run.
After further review, the ruling on the field stands. First down.
Pete Carroll, a guy with a overactive competitive thyroid. I mean, this guy is, you know, it's all about competition.
In perpetual motion.
Yeah. And his team plays loose.
From the 28-yard line, first down USC. Pitch it to McKnight. Joe McKnight uses his blockers well, but defended nicely by Notre Dame, just short of the 30-yard line. Gary Gray was the initial hitter.
Well, they play loose, they practice loose, they warm up loosely. You saw him coming down the tunnel a little bit earlier. This was yesterday playing, I'm not sure what that is, Tom.
Hot potato.
Hot potato. And rock, paper, scissors. Yeah. This is Tuesday in the rain. They had a tied at their competition Tuesday practice, so the coaches slid it off. Jethro Franklin, for the defensive line coach, wins it for the defense that day.
Always loose. Second down and 9 for the Trojans here, and Barkley is back to pass. Steps up in the pocket, winds up, finds a man in the flat. It was Osbury, who, did he make the catch or not? Ruled a catch, yes.
I'll tell you one thing that Matt Barkley is getting is great protection time. And this offensive line at USC is giving him a lot of time. Now, Matt, we're going to take another look at this. Scooped it. It's important third down right now for the Irish.
Third down and 4. You see the offensive selection and the way that the Trojans have outgained the Irish so far. And Barkley with the play clock about to run out, raises up and calls the Trojans' second timeout of this first half.
Well, Matt Barkley in 2009 is exactly what Jimmy Clausen was in 2007, Tom. You know, number one rated high school quarterback, and both playing at big-time programs at freshman. Jimmy Clausen didn't have the surrounding cast that Matt Barkley has this year.
But Barkley is very poised, isn't he? He certainly knows how to manage a game, and well, he's a winner. They've won every game in which he's played so far.
He's almost one of those too good to be true kids, you know, 3.2 GPA, and, you know, has gone to Mexico, build homes for the homeless, went to South America last Christmas.
South Africa.
Excuse me, South Africa last Christmas break.
Plays guitar in his church, and did go to South Africa to help build an orphanage in South Africa. Said it was really tough to leave that little boy who spoke about 3 or 4 languages, even though he lives in poverty. There he is playing the guitar. So he is quite a well-rounded, quite an excellent young man. Matt Barkley, the freshman quarterback of the Trojans. He has a 3rd and 4. Barkley's pass. On the rebound, was that caught? Flag is down.
May have been caught as well. I think they mark it as a catch. But
Ronald Johnson gathered it in on the carom. Came off Williams to Johnson. Pete Carroll out there to talk to Barkley, which draws a reaction from the crowd.
Pass interference on the defense. That penalty is declined. First down.
Yeah, they must have made the catch there by Ronald Johnson.
So heads up by Johnson to catch it on the carom.
Once again, great protection for Barkley.
Definitely blatant pass interference.
Well, Blandon and Gary Gray have had a tough time.
It looked like a good catch by Johnson. He got it just before it hit the turf. 13-yard gain, first down. Barkley rolls after the fake. Way downfield, nobody home on that one.
It looks like Damian Williams slipped, ran an out route. Obviously, Barkley was expecting the post. Excuse me, it was David Osbury. Yeah, that guy's a big-bodied wide receiver, David Osbury, 235 pounds. Looks more like a tight end.
6'4", 235.
Yeah. Guy they use on shorter routes and as a blocker, but some miscommunication between Barkley and Osbury.
From the shotgun on 2nd and 10, trips to the bottom of the formation. Blitz comes, set up a screen to Williams. Damian Williams cutting back. About a yard short of the first down. Cameron Lewis Moore with his first tackle of the game.
Yeah, that time they used David Osbury as a blocker, right? That used that big old guy, split him out and help him block. These wide receivers, if you're going to get a chance to play, you had better block some. 2 guys up front, tight end, Osbury. And it's 3rd and 1. Matt Barkley is 5 for 5 on quarterback sneaks this year. It's a little long for a sneak to me.
He's under center with Havili and Bradford behind him. Williams in motion. Fake it. Pass is on its way and caught by McCoy, who spun down at the 20-yard line.
A nice play call by Jeremy Bates, the quarterback coach and offensive coordinator. 3rd and 1. They've been running the ball pretty well. You fake it in there. And Anthony McCoy is the entire package as a tight end, as their coaches say to us. Good blocker. We saw that in the prior play. But 2 good catches by McCoy.
This one goes for 23, Pat, on 4th down and a yard.
And he had one, for 31 earlier, so that was 23. He was averaging 22 yards of reception as a tight end.
McCarthy finally chasing him down. Was that McCarthy's man?
Indeed, it was.
First down now from the 20. And the handoff to Bradford. Now, and Bradford fumbles the football.
Yeah, Scott Smith caused that. I'll tell you, Scott Smith, number 41 for the
ball.
Great play by Scott Smith as he got penetration. Bradford just never really got control of the ball. And then probably John Ryan make the recovery, but It wouldn't have happened without Scott Smith, number 41. That's the 7th fumble lost by the Trojans. Up top of the screen right there, Scott Smith. Watch him fight through the tackle. See, and again, he just had a cut a little bit too early. And that looked like maybe he was down. I'm sure they'll look at it again. Yeah,
and they are going to look at it, and I believe he was down.
Yeah, he was down before that ball came out.
The helmet of Captain Lewis Moore looked like
prior play
knocked
is
the ball
under further
out.
review.
But I believe he's going to be ruled down before the fumble.
Recovered by the defense.
So we have another look at it, Tom. Scott Smith with the early penetration. Kind of dances his way around. Yeah, it looks like the helmet forced the ball out after he was already down.
Almost a face mask there.
I think his knee is down, ball comes out.
Irish recovered, but
it was Patty Mullen who made that recovery. Patty Mullen playing great short yardage defense their last game against Washington.
Almost essentially 3 goal line stands. One of them was an extended 2, extended by a penalty. They stopped him again.
Yeah, Washington had 13 plays inside the 8-yard line and only had 3 points against the Irish short yardage defense.
Pete Carroll gathering his troops. It looks like they're going to get the ball back if Bradford is ruled down before the fumble, which was recovered by the Irish. 8:22 remaining in this second quarter. Essentially dominated by USC.
Well, Matt Barkley had a nice first half so far, 7 of 14, 136 yards and a touchdown. And Joe McKnight's had a lot of 2-yard runs, but he's had the one 35-yard run as well.
Waiting while they review it. Will it be a fumble recovery for Notre Dame, or will it be ruled down before the fumble? Still awaiting the verdict. A long official review on this one.
It's gone all the way to the Supreme Court.
So here is Alan Bradford. Captain Lewis Moore will knock the ball loose with his helmet, but it appears that Bradford, take a closer look.
His knee's down.
He is down. That'll be a tough break for the Irish. It appears that the SC will retain the football.
After further review, it was determined that the runner's knee was down prior to the fumble. Therefore, the ball be placed at the 21-yard line.
The crowd doesn't have a lot of affection for the Pac-10 officials.
Well, the Big East, where the replay official
overturns. That is true.
So SC gets it back. It appears that was the correct call. And the SC drive is still alive. Already leading 10-7 and threatening again from the 21-yard line of the Irish. Bradford lost a yard on that one, so it's second down and 11. McKnight is the lone setback. Pitch it to McKnight. Blockers in front, but good penetration that time by Sergio Brown.
Yeah, you got it, Tom. Sergio Brown is their nickel back, but really like a starter for him. And Charlie Weiss was saying to us a couple weeks ago, probably as good an athlete as we have on our team. He's just a bundle of energy, too, is Sergio Brown.
Well, now 2 running plays, loss of 2 yards, setting up a big 3rd and 12 for the Trojans.
And Tom, as a freshman quarterback, you still have to understand the situation. You're in field goal range. Don't try to force anything. Defense is playing well.
Keep your eye on Anthony McCoy. From the shotgun. Barkley's going to pitch it to McKnight, trying to get to the corner. And well defended by the Irish. They string it out, get him out of bounds. Blanton and McCarthy, and it'll be a field goal attempt.
Well, that's a call that they're confident about their defense, the way their defense is playing, right? Trying to get an opportunity to get 3 on the board, and USC's defense has been pretty stout this first half.
So Jordan Congdon will attempt his second field goal of the game, hit one earlier. This one will be 37 yards. Congdon from 37 boots it through. So after the overturning of what had been ruled a fumble on the field, SC gets another chance and adds 3 points to make it 13-7. 13-7 after the USC field goal, and the Trojans ready to kick off. There's Harfman. Theo Riddick from his goal line. Hit hard. Short of the 20-yard line. And Sunday night is football night. 2 of the NFL's best young guns go head-to-head. Jay Cutler of the Bears, Matt Ryan of the Falcons. Bob Costas hosts Football Night in America live from Atlanta. Coverage begins at 7 Eastern here on NBC. Well, Jimmy Clausen has missed his last 3 pass attempts. He only has 3 completions in 10 attempts for 20 yards.
A lot of it's been the rush that's been all over.
And without sacrificing anybody in coverage. Armando Allen, a first down run, maybe a yard.
We said at the very beginning of this broadcast, the defensive line for USC and that offensive line against Notre Dame, one of the key matchups. Well, this defensive line only rushing 4, 7 guys back in coverage. Clausen has to hold the ball. That time it's Malik Jackson. Forces a an errant throw. This time off the corner, Everson Griffin, a little spin move for the sack. This time just a 3-man rush, 8 guys in coverage. Again, that should have been a pass interference penalty against USC, but still, that defensive line has been the story thus far.
Second down and 9. Clausen's pass on target that time to Duval Camara, who churns his way to a Notre Dame first down with Taylor Mays hanging on. Went for 12 yards.
Exactly what the Irish needed. Just get a first down. They went to a big old receiver, a guy we haven't seen a lot of this year, Duval Camara at 6'5". And tell you, he was caught that ball 4 yards short of the first down, and they just ran right through Kevin Thomas for the first.
His 8th reception of the season. The junior from Jersey City.
2 years ago, he had a spectacular freshman year. Really been awfully quiet since then.
He's had a freshman record, 32 receptions. From the shotgun, Armando Allen gets a little seam and has a Notre Dame first down. That one went for 12 with Mays and Malcolm Smith finally tackling it.
And 2 nice plays in the road by the Irish. 1 pass, 1 run. Offensive line doing their job right here. Trevor Robinson and Eric Olson making a nice block. So they got something going, right? They got the pass, they got the run, and they got another first down.
Alex?
Hey, Tom and Pat, well, the offensive line trying not to have flashbacks from their game last year against USC where they were manhandled, Tom.
Clausen pass to Tate. Golden Tate sprinting his way to another Irish first down. Michael Morgan the tackle. Alex?
Tom, Frank Verducci very calmly coaching this offensive line when they're on the sideline. One of the things that he's been telling Sam Young, who has had his hands full with USC's defensive ends, is that he has to commit to either his guy or his gap. Tom and Pat, certainly not a defense that you want to be uncertain as you're going against them.
That's for sure.
Frank Verducci's done a nice job. He's the running game coordinator. They're running the ball much better this year than they did a year ago.
Nice completion to Tate, went for 11. Irish in Trojan territory. Armando Allen. First down run for 3 yards. And Perry will get credit for the stop for the Trojans. Trying to mix it up a little bit now, running pass and getting better production. As you see some of the other scores, including that shocker, as the Boilermakers take down the Buckeyes.
Wow. Robert Paris had his helmet came off nearly his head.
Second down. Complete to Rudolph. And only able to make it back to the line of scrimmage. Hit by Kevin Thomas, and you think he would just bounce off the big man, but he didn't, did he?
That's what makes it so hard, I think, to play defensive corner on any level. I mean, you got to guard those swift receivers, the guys that can out-jump you sometimes. Then you got to come up and make a tackle on a big old tight end like Kyle Rudolph. And nice tackle that time by Kevin Thomas.
So now 3rd down and 7. Under 4 minutes to play in the first half. Showing a blitz, but got back. No snap of the football.
Jimmy Clausen's going to call a timeout because they didn't have the right play on for that blitz.
A judicious use of the timeout.
It was.
So 3:37 now on the clock, and Charlie Weiss calling Jimmy Clausen over. Here's what caused the timeout to be called.
Tell you what, though, when centers see that in the interior, they'll just snap the ball and cause the offsides by the defense. But the center, he was so wide. Taylor Mays coming off the corner. The center didn't see it. He should have snapped it.
Yep.
And they would have had 5 yards. Jimmy Clausen was not happy as he came off. I think he said, hey, get the ball snapped, get the penalty. He's had a pretty calm demeanor most of this year, Jimmy Clausen, which I think is a real asset for a quarterback in the eye of that storm.
And like a coach, he knows which players he can get on, criticize, which ones need a little pat on the back instead. And I think Eric Olson, the center, is one of those ones that doesn't mind unloading on occasionally. And coming up, the Notre Dame halftime report. Jimmy Roberts in New York will have all the scores and highlights from the top 25, including Oklahoma and Texas, the Red River Shootouts. Mike Florio, Peter King will join Jimmy with the latest NFL news and take a look at the Sunday night game between the Bears and the Falcons.
Tom, this is a huge 3rd down. If Notre Dame can find a way to make a 1st down and get into the halftime with a touchdown and a lead, that would be an incredible, different kind of feeling than they've had most of this first half.
Better success on this drive for Jimmy Clausen, but the big one coming up here on 3rd down and 7. Pick up the blitz and find the man Rudolph, but short of the 1st down as he is tackled inside the 40-yard line by T.J. Bryant.
This is a tough call for Charlie. A long field goal attempt.
Kind of in no man's land here. At the 39, they'll spot the football, making it 4th down and 3.
Well, I promise you, USC defenders will be looking over toward the bench to make sure there's no hidden receivers.
So Ben Turk is out to punt. And Williams will stand just inside the 10. High snap, but Turk pulls it down. Got a little huge punt, as they say.
That's a good punt.
Yep. Fair catch called for, taken about the 12-yard line by Williams. NBC Thursday, it's community plus parks and recreation. Then Pam's mom is dating Michael. The secret's out in the office. All that and 30 Rock Thursday on NBC.
Well, this kid, Matt Barkley, ordinarily, a 6-point lead on the road. 19-year-old freshman, what do? You run it out and go in at halftime with a lead. But this guy, as you mentioned, been a starter at quarterback since he was in 6th grade.
Right down by the Notre Dame students, the loudest part of the stadium. In the hand of McKnight. Nowhere to go. And somebody's helmet comes off again. That was Capron Moore.
Well, we had a nice conversation with Capron Lewis Moore yesterday, didn't we? Just kind of lit up the room when he came in to talk to us. And kind of really was a hard road getting to Notre Dame. He signed with or committed to Texas A&M 2 different times until his mother talked him into coming to Notre Dame.
Well, they had a 3.5-hour conversation at the dinner table. Some tears were shed, and he winds up in South Bend. There's our Xerox line. 1st and 10 line brought to you by Xerox. 2nd down and 9. Pressure on Barkley, got it away anyway, and completes the pass to Blake Isles, one of his tight ends. And he has the SC first down, I think.
Hey, one of the most difficult thing, I think, for a quarterback is to keep your eyes downfield when you have people in your face. And Matt Barkley, and Jimmy Clausen's done it this year too, has kept his eyes down the field even though he had an Irish defender right in his face.
Well, it's close enough that they are going to measure, I believe, for the first down. Just to finish the story on Capron Lewis Moore coming to South Bend after prepping for the Weatherford, Texas Kangaroos.
Kangaroos. No, they were tough.
The Mighty Roos.
That's it. Actually, good throw by Barkley under duress, getting it out in front of Isles. Yeah.
Reset the game clock to 2 minutes and 3 seconds.
2 minutes, 3 seconds will be put on the game clock. It is a USC first down.
They have one timeout remaining.
Trojan 23-yard line. SC up 13-7. Barkley will be sacked. There's a penalty flag down.
Ball down, ball
and
out.
The ball is loose.
The Irish had it.
Recovered by Manti Te'o, who's cradling the ball, along with Lewis Moore. Ethan Johnson might have been the man that knocked it out. There was a flag down, though. Barkley getting a little lecture from Pete Carroll. Turnovers have been a bit of a problem for the Trojans.
That'd be a holding, so the Irish, roughing the passer. Intentional grounding.
So 2 penalties against SC.
And the Irish will get the ball. That's 2 plays in a row that Matt Barkley was under duress by this Irish defense.
Finally getting to him. This is going to be huge just before the half.
Oh, gosh, yes. And down by 6, and what
there are 2 fouls on the play, both against the offense. Holding number 71, that penalty is refused. Intentional grounding on the quarterback, that penalty will be accepted. Ball be placed at the spot of the foul, loss of down.
But if it's intentional grounding, that means it'll be SC's ball.
That's absolutely right. That's exactly the rule they're giving you because, again, USC catches a break with the intentional grounding call. Well, you can't throw it to an offensive lineman. Illegal touching.
So SC retains possession.
And catches another break time.
They do. 1:45 left till halftime. Now second down and 15. Havili, the fullback. Stopped by Gary Gray.
Well, the one thing that opponents of Notre Dame have found this year so far, you can't give Jimmy Clausen too much time. You know, there's 1:30 left in this half. They still have a timeout remaining, and Clausen has really been strong in the 2-minute drill this season.
Third down coming as Barkley went over to the sideline to get the call.
He should use as much of this time clock as he can. 12 seconds remaining on that time clock.
McKnight. Looks like he stopped short of the first down, so the Trojans will have to punt. And he also went out of bounds, so 56 seconds left. He wanted to stay in bounds.
Absolutely. You've got to stay in bounds in those situations. Again, to give Jimmy Clausen one more chance. Again, we said Jimmy Clausen in the 4th quarter has been awfully good in the 2-minute drill. He's going to get a chance to do it at the end of the first half this week.
Jacob Harfman will be in punt formation as Clausen waits his call. And Golden Tate is deep for Notre Dame. On the hop, Harfman picks it up.
Harfman did a good job.
Booms it. Absolutely booms it.
What a play by Jake Harfman.
To the 10-yard line of Notre Dame. That is a 59-yard punt. He fielded the snap on a hop.
Yeah, he went from shortstop to punter. Remember that old game 500? This is what, 75 points, I think. The one hopper. Yeah, he did a great job of just staying in front of it. And then his best punt of the year, and that makes for a very, very happy head football coach on the USC sideline.
What a job by Jacob Harper.
One of those subtle things, Tom, that really can influence the outcome of a game.
Junior from Chino, California, did a great job, and now 90 yards facing Jimmy Clausen. Going to run the ball with Robert Hughes. He's tackled short of the 10-yard line. MetLife is providing today's aerial coverage. Visit MetLife.com to learn more about the Blimp program's 20-plus year history. MetLife guarantees for the if in life.
The Sistine Chapel of college football, wouldn't you say?
And after the run by Hughes and the 90 yards to go, the Irish will concede the first half and go into the locker room to regroup, trailing 13-7. Jimmy Clausen and company walking off the field, and USC will have the halftime lead as we check in with Alex.
Charlie, you go into the half down by 6. What's your demeanor? What's the atmosphere as you go in there with your team?
Well, I think that the fact that we're down 6 is actually a good thing right there. You know, the way that things went there, we didn't have much on offense. Defense hung in there. We get the ball to start off the second half. So at the end of that half, instead of going for it on 4th and 3, I figured I'd kick him back, punt him down there, and make sure we kept it into a one-score game.
Why is it a good thing being down 6 points?
Well, it's never good to be down. I'm saying the fact that you're down 6 points. You know, they had the bulk of the field position on their end of the field. So walking off right now, I think right now we should be content to be in that situation.
Thanks, Charlie.
All right, Alex. So it could have been worse, is what Charlie Weiss is saying. He's down 13-7. Now stay tuned for the Notre Dame halftime report. Don't forget the halftime performances of both bands can be seen at NBCSports.com. Now let's go to Jimmy Roberts in our New York studio.
Welcome to the Notre Dame halftime report. Here's your host, Jimmy Roberts.
Okay, we welcome you back to our New York studio. Let's get you right to the scores and highlights, and we start off with the Red River rivalry game. Oklahoma and unbeaten Texas from the Cotton Bowl in Dallas. Second drive of the game for Oklahoma, and bad news for the Sooners. Quarterback Sam Bradford taken down by Aaron Williams. Falls down hard on that right shoulder, which had been injured. Bradford done for the day. Third quarter, game tied at 6. Texas quarterback Colt McCoy to Marquise Goodwin. The 14-yard touchdown gave the Longhorns the lead. Oklahoma, though, would answer right back. Bradford's fill-in, Landry Jones, the short pass to Ryan Broyles, who was playing with a fractured shoulder. He takes it all the way up the sideline for the game-tying 35-yard touchdown, 13-all. Then early in the fourth quarter, Texas kicker Hunter Lawrence, the 32-yard field goal. That would turn out to be the game winner. McCoy and Texas hold on to win this one. 16-13 is the final. 8 turnovers between the two teams. And how good is Texas's rush defense? They held the Sooners, who'd averaged 188 yards a game on the ground this year, to minus 16 yards rushing today. Ohio State and Purdue in West Lafayette. Third quarter, Purdue leading it 16-7. Joey Elliott with his second touchdown pass of the quarter to Aaron Valentine, 23 yards. That gives the Boilermakers the 23-7 lead. Not a great day for the Buckeyes. Terrell Pryor, he was picked off twice. But this 25-yard touchdown pass to DeVere Posey brought Ohio State to within 8 points. And then just over 2 minutes to go on 4th and 14. Pryor scrambling to his left, throwing, but the pass is batted down. Purdue holds on to pull off the huge upset. They had been 13.5-point underdogs. Boilermakers break their 5-game losing streak in impressive fashion. The Buckeyes turn the ball over 5 times. Iowa and Wisconsin in Madison. Fourth quarter, game all tied up at 10, and Adam Robinson going to take the handoff. Moves over left tackle, in from the 10-yard line, and the go-ahead score. That gave the Hawkeyes a 17-10 lead. Iowa wins it. They're now 7-0 for the first time in 24 years, and they're doing it with defense. 3 straight road wins this year where they've given up an average of less than 8 points a game. Delaware State at the Big House. And the Hornets had played their last game in front of about 3,000 today. How about 106 and change? And it showed first quarter. Brandon Smith blocks the punt. Brandon Graham recovers and scores 21-0 Wolverines just like that. Still in the first. Michigan quarterback Denard Robinson, 38 yards to Kelvin Grady for the touchdown. That made it 28-0. It was 49-3 at the half. Michigan wins in a walk, but Delaware State actually loses twice today because they'd inadvertently scheduled North Carolina A&T and before accepting the Michigan payday, so they get the Wolverine loss plus a forfeit. Ouch. Louisville and UConn in East Hartford. Big day for the Huskies running back Andre Dixon. He scores on this 16-yarder in the first quarter, gives UConn a 7-0 lead. Early third quarter, Huskies leading at 14-13. Cody Endress to Marcus Easley, the 16-yard score. That makes it 21-13. UConn Huskies go on to win it 38-25. Big day, as we said, for Dixon, who goes for 157 yards and 3 touchdowns. Louisville now 2-4, their worst stop in 12 years. When we come back, more scores and highlights, and Peter King of Sports Illustrated and Mike Florio of Pro Football Talk stop by with the latest NFL news, plus a special guest, Seth Meyers from Saturday Night Live. All that after this. It's halftime in South Bend, USC and Notre Dame. We welcome you back to our New York studio. Time now to talk some professional football, joined once again by Mike Florio of Pro Football Talk and Peter King of Sports Illustrated and Football Night in America. Guys, this is week 6 of the NFL season, and the trade deadline is upon us. So different than in baseball, where it happens 2/3 of the way through the season. Peter, what's the thinking there?
Well, Jimmy, very simple reason. The NFL values all 16 games for its teams. So let's say they had the trading deadline after, say, 11 weeks instead of after 6. You're the Kansas City Chiefs. You're 1-10. You're sitting there. You're saying, hey, let's trade Brian Waters, get something for him. Let's trade Larry Johnson. Let's trade Dwayne Bowe and build up next year's draft choice. Then the NFL fears you're playing the JV the last 4 weeks. They don't want that to happen.
Yeah, and Peter, the difference this year, there are 6 or 7 teams that are legitimately in a position where they can throw in the towel. So we may see that happen. You have other teams out there, Jimmy, that may be feeling a little desperate that if we don't get some help now, we may not be there next year, the coach and the GM, to use those draft picks.
And one of those teams that might be a little bit desperate, Cleveland. And Brady Quinn once again making an appearance. He's always on our show. But let's talk about some players who might be moving. Brady Quinn, you think we're going to see him move?
Well, I think he would very much like to be traded, but the Browns want to keep him because as a backup, he's got a very affordable salary, and I don't think they're going to let him go for now.
Whether he goes or not, he will not be on the Browns in 2010. I believe they have had enough of Brady Quinn, Eric Mangini, and George Kokinis, the general manager.
All right, and if you're talking about vagabond players, another name seems to come up a lot, T.O. Is he going anywhere, Peter, or is he staying in Buffalo?
He's absolutely not going anywhere. One of the reasons is the Bills spent $6 million on him. A lot of people bought tickets. And the Bills, even if they lose against the Jets on Sunday, do not view this season as having thrown in the towel.
And nobody else other than the Bills wanted T.O. when he was available. The Bears are the team that's mentioned the most.
And the Bears haven't even called the Bills about him anyway.
All right, let's talk about Sean Merriman, a guy who has had some injury problems. He's also had some off-the-field issues, although they proved to not necessarily be what they were first reported to be. Is he going to stay in San Diego?
See, Jimmy, here's the thing about Sean Merriman. You trade for Sean Merriman. Who are you trading for? The great pass rusher of 2 years ago, or the guy who can't stay healthy now? If the Chargers get a good offer for Merriman, they'd consider it, but I don't think they're going to get a good offer.
Yeah, there's just too many unknowns with Sean Merriman at this point.
All right, Steven Jackson, another player who's played on a terrible team for a couple of years now. Is he going to stay in St. Louis?
You know, it looks like he will, and one of the reasons people are thinking about is the fact that moving him would cause a cap hit of about $5 million, and the Rams, even though they're working on their 16th straight loss, don't have the cap space to absorb that hit.
Not only don't they have the cap space, but they believe that Steven Jackson has got at least 3 years left.
All right, game of the week this week, Saints and the Giants, both teams undefeated. And the Giants, of course, led by a player who's won a Super Bowl, was a #1 overall draft pick, Eli Manning, but he seems to have even gotten better than he was a couple of years ago.
Well, Jimmy, last year Eli Manning, 21st in the NFL in yards per pass attempt. Now he's second, only to his brother Peyton. Here's the reason why. He's throwing to receivers before they actually come out of their cut. He's formed such good chemistry with his guys that he's not waiting for them to be looking for the ball. He's throwing beforehand.
And, guys, this game's so critical because you've got dome teams in the NFC, Saints, Falcons, and Vikings, that the Giants would very much love to drag to the Meadowlands in January. The Giants need this game to keep in position to have home field advantage.
All right, quickly, our game tomorrow night, Bears and Falcons. How about a pick from each of you? Mike, you first.
Well, you know, a lot of people forgot about the Falcons when they're on their bye week. Nobody's forgetting about them after what they did to the 49ers. Peter, you can't pick against the Falcons.
Just watch me. I'm picking Chicago to win this game. Johnny Knox, Devin Hester, too fast on the carpet for the Falcons.
And if I'm not mistaken, you picked the Bears to go to the Super Bowl.
Yes, I did. And, you know, I would love to have that
cannot have
back.
it back.
I want it back.
And a reminder, the best way to keep up with the NFL is to follow Mike on Pro Football Talk at NBCSports.com. It's halftime in South Bend, USC and Notre Dame. We'll get you right back to Tom Hammond, Pat Hayden, and Alex Flanagan for the second half after these messages from your local station.
This has been the Notre Dame Halftime Report.
Here I view Notre Dame Stadium. We get ready to start the third quarter. Tom Hammond, Pat Hayden, and Alex Flanagan. 81st meeting as they play for the Shillelagh. USC and Notre Dame, and the Trojans leading it 13-7 as the third quarter is about to unfold. Notre Dame won the opening toss and elected to defer to the second half. So it'll be Jimmy Clausen's turn with the football first when we start the second half. Let's check in with Alex. Scooter?
Hey, Tom. Well, Pete Carroll says that this game so far has really just come down to that one play. The only thing that Notre Dame's really been able to do against USC, the trick play, the trick field goal. Of course, he will be looking for more of those. Not that exact play, but he's certainly looking for more trickeration out of Charlie Weiss and Notre Dame in the second half. Meanwhile, Pete Carroll very happy, as you can imagine, about what they've been able to do on defense. He said he's thrilled with how his team is playing right now, just continues to further the point spread in the second half.
All right, Alex. It was a 25-yard pass from Eric Moss, the holder, on a fake field goal to Robbie Paris that set up the Irish only touchdown. Got it to the 2-yard line. Harfman to kick off to start the second half with Tate and Allen deep. And here's Golden Tate returning the kickoff. So we've been seeing normally Gallup and Riddick. This time we saw the veterans, Allen and Tate. And Tate returns it to about the 30-yard line. First half stats dominated by the Trojans.
Yeah, look at just 49 rushing yards for Notre Dame, and that was the thing. Charlie Weiss felt they had to run the ball better than they have the last couple of games to kind of make this thing happen. But he's right. I mean, he's one play away from taking a lead, and he's got a capable quarterback that missed his or made 3 of his first 10, but has completed his last 4.
First down, draw play handoff to Armando Allen.
That's a good 5 yards by Armando Allen.
5 on first down.
It looked like he was going to get about 0, and Armando just kept chugging. Armando Allen, a good all-around back for the Irish, good pass protector. 82 career receptions as well. Boy, they need him today in pass protection.
So 2nd and 5 as Coach Weiss calls the play. Irish trying to make some noise on this first possession of the second half. And again, it's Allen. And again, it's a tough run by Armando Allen. Wow, what about that?
Got the first, I think.
Hit after about a yard and kept it going. They didn't give him a very generous spot. Let's see.
Armando Allen and Robert Hughes in the first half, too, had some really tough inside runs. He broke through one arm tackle. So 5 white jerseys around Allen. Ran right through Wes Horton's tackle, picked up the first with the, not the second effort, but the third effort.
Yeah. So first down, Irish, thanks to 2 runs by Armando Allen. This will be a first down pass, and it's complete to Kamara. And he is knocked out of bounds after picking up another first down. Deval Kamara with his 2nd reception of the game, defended by Kevin Thomas.
You know, it's interesting, even though USC is playing a cover 2, it's pretty soft. The corners are kind of dropping back, and that's allowed twice Deval Kamara. See, you see Kevin Thomas just kind of leading back, even though he's got a safety help. It's allowed Kamara to pick up another first down.
Jimmy's fired up. He's suddenly found his rhythm a little bit here. And certainly the run starting to open things up just a little bit on that SC defense. Another first down pass to Tate. Golden Tate trying to use his blockers.
That's like a run, Tom, right?
Yep.
It's just like a run. He picks up, 7 or 8 yards.
Safe pass, and just like a run. And Golden Tate, always dangerous with the ball in his hands.
Yeah, force a defense to cover Golden Tate and tackle him in the open field. Number 23 in the slot, just one of those little bubble screens, and Josh Pinker does a pretty good job of holding him to 8 yards. He'll make that 6.
Close enough. 2nd down and 4. Armando Allen. Another nice run. Oh, he's fired up to start the second half, isn't he? Running with a purpose.
Well, you know, you always like to watch coaches' adjustments at half, and clearly I think Charlie Weiss and Frank Verducci, the offensive line coach, said, hey, we are going to force the point. We are going to run the ball, and we're going to live and die with it. You know, that one pass to a Golden Tate was like a run. Good block coming around the corner by Sam Young.
First down play. Irish taking the second half kickoff and advanced it to the Trojan 36. Draw play, nothing there that time. Stopped in his tracks was Allen. What penetration by Casey.
Jarrell Casey is awfully quick off the ball, number 91, and just a very disruptive force inside. We just talked about him having this awareness of where the ball is going to be, and he certainly had it there.
So a loss of 3, 2nd and 13. That's the line in which the Irish are shooting, our Xerox first down line. Protection. Dawson then decides to roll and fires on the money.
Yeah, good old dependable receiver Robbie Paris. And you know, what was Jimmy telling us yesterday? When he starts moving around and scrambling, Robbie Paris does a great job of working back to him. Now that'll be short of the first down, but still a good play by both Clausen and Robbie Harris, number 82, in the slot.
Gained 11 yards, but it is short of the first. He has to come back to the football right there. He had enough, but he had to come back to the ball.
But that's what you want your receiver to do, right? When you're in trouble, and you've got a bunch of fast white jerseys chasing you, well, you want to have your receiver come back, and that's just what Robbie Paris did.
Play clock to 1, and timeout called by Notre Dame. And Clausen not happy with that. Play call late coming in. Irish have to spend a timeout. Comes with 11:01 left in the third, but Notre Dame driving, facing a 3rd down and 2 when we return to Notre Dame Stadium. Notre Dame football is brought to you by Gatorade. It's the heart, hustle, and soul of the game. That's G. By Delta Faucet. See what Delta can do. And by U.S. Bank. Since 1863, the dreams of millions have taken off with us. U.S. Bank. Beautiful campus of the University of Notre Dame with the leaves starting to turn. And Jimmy Clausen, who started hitting only 3 of his first 10, has hit 7 in a row, including 3 for 3 on this drive, which continues with a 3rd down and 2. Off Allen. And not going to make it this time.
He is definitely not going down easily.
No. Took the whole team essentially to get him down, but they did prevent the first down.
Armando Allen is 195 pounds, and what would you say, 5, 6 Trojans around him? Couldn't get him down.
Let's see how close they're going to mark it.
It looks like Charlie's made a decision to go for it.
It's going to be a long yard.
You know, they like the sneak, but you're right. That is a long yard to get it on a sneak.
Allen started to come off the field. Now he returns to the huddle. So Allen will stay in. 4th down for the Irish. 4th down and 1 at the 27 of USC. In the I formation, give it to the fullback, Aldridge. I don't think he made it.
Well, you know, Charlie's got a really good kicker, too. His kicker's, what, hit 10 straight?
Yep. Well, Chris Gallipo and company celebrating after they hold the Irish on 4th down and 1.
You know, we talked to Charlie yesterday about he was a good kicker. Well, change your play call.
And I think Pete Carroll was complaining about the spot of the football. They're going to measure.
It looks like it's very close where that ball is.
if they had Nick Tausch kick a field goal, would have been 44, 45 yards. His longest is 46.
Yeah, but remember Coach Weiss saying he thinks his range is 51.
Here's the measurement. And it will be short.
Well, that's a tremendous stop, big stop for the Trojans.
So USC holds on 4th and 1 deep in their own territory. And the Irish come up empty on their first possession of the third quarter. They stop fullback James Aldridge short of the first down. Trojan ball when we come back. A dejected offensive line of the Irish. They had 2 chances to punch across a first down, including a 4th and 1. USC held, and now the Trojans take over in a huge turnaround of events after the Irish had been marching downfield. Barkley's first pass tipped around and finally falls incomplete as Blanton and Williams were fighting for it, or Walls and Williams, I should say.
Hey, Tom, let's go back to that 3rd and 4th down of the USC defense. This is the 3rd down play. They kind of get a big push on Armando Allen. I mean, he did his best, but again, 5 white jerseys push him back to leave them a yard short. And then on 4th down, Chris Calippo, number 54, the middle linebacker, makes the stuff on the fullback.
Trojans now 2nd and 10. It's a run to Bradford. Alan Bradford crosses the 30-yard line. It's going to be 3rd and long for the Trojans. Manti Te'o with the tackle for the Irish.
Only 6 tackles before last week's start against Washington. Then he had 10 against the Huskies. And he's got 5 today.
Three wide receiver formation. Barkley's in the shotgun. 3rd down and 7. And Barkley double clutched and then found his receiver, and it's caught for a first down by Butler. A big conversion, 15 yards, another 3rd down conversion, which had been a sore point for the Trojans coming into today's game.
You know, he's in the slot, Bryce Butler, but you know, the quarterbacks, they always get the date-to-head cheerleaders, the wide receivers have fun after the game, but the offensive linemen have done a great job. There's a good catch by Butler. Watch Matt Barkley under the duress. One of the things he does, I think, amazingly well for a young guy is just kind of hang in there. But the offensive line has done a terrific job protecting him.
4th 3rd down conversion in 9 tries for the Trojans today. Play action fake. Barkley rolls, still has the ball. Goes underneath the coverage to Havili as fullback, who dodged the first tackler and makes a great gain out of it. Havili gets 17 yards.
Stanley Havili is one of the more versatile players in college football. That's his 14th catch on the year. He's their number 2 receiver. A big 39-yard catch last year against the Irish. He's hurt. He's down. Boy, that guy is a very valuable cog in their offensive machine.
Stanley Havili shaken up. Well, this could be a huge turnaround in this game as USC holds on 2 short yardage plays and now is moving the ball in the other direction.
Tom, I still think they should have kicked the field goal. I mean, again, this is a keep it close. You got a field goal kicker who's made 10 straight. He was in range, but they chose to go for it.
Charlie Weiss going for it on 4th down and 1 instead of kicking the field goal.
That's been his MO for 5 years.
Yeah, although he said to us a couple of weeks ago that in the Purdue game, one of the things he thought he should have done was take the 3 when he had the opportunity and failed on a 4th down try. Well, they failed this time, and now they tend to Stanley Havili. We'll be back in a moment. USC goes up 20-7 with 7.5 to go in the 3rd quarter. And Harfman will kick it off with Aldridge and Tate, or Allen and Tate, the deep men. Golden Tate. Fumbled the football.
I think the Irish recovered it.
And as they unstack them, it is Notre Dame's football.
Hey, let's go back to that touchdown throw and run by Damian Williams. Damian Williams there, and watch the block by McCoy. I mean, it wasn't a physical block, but just screened his guy to allow Williams to get around the corner, picked up another block by Bryce Butler, and then uses that speed to get in the end zone. Damian Williams has been a real threat. Remember, Ronald Johnson out most of this year. He has been the guy in the big pass plays for USC.
Jimmy Clausen on first down, chased from the pocket. And taken out at the 30 for another sack, the third of the game. That's the speedy Everson Griffin.
Well,
now flag.
After the play, unsportsmanlike conduct, 93 in the defense. 15 yards.
Well, this is the kind of thing that drives coaches crazy. Everson Griffin makes a nice play, overreacts. They get the penalty, and now Notre Dame will get a first down. You see his closing speed. Yeah, that's, they're going to call that. These guys know that they're coached that all week long. That's just a stupid penalty.
Gives the Irish a first down.
Yeah, you do see that he's like a defensive back, really, that closing speed. He's 280 pounds. He plays in pass coverage, and I saw him lined up on Golden Tate in the first half.
Clock ticking down towards 7 minutes, third quarter. 20-7 Trojans. First down for the Irish, thanks to the penalty at the Notre Dame 35. From the shotgun. Clausen's going to run, bad toe and all. And slides down with a first down.
Okay, that's a good run by Jimmy Clausen. And I'll tell you, yesterday he was saying his foot is really hurting him. And he stole it. He thought it should have been a late hit.
Chris Gallipo tracked him down.
He said yesterday, my change of direction speed is what, he's not really known for his speed, but turf toe and his right toe wears a metal plate in that. And again, good coverage by USC. Jimmy Clausen does a nice job of picking up the first.
Of course, when you slide, you're supposed to be protected, and Gallipo did take a shot after he had slid.
Well, that's what Jimmy's actually arguing about right there with the umpire.
Robbie Paris fumbled the ball. Looks like Golden Tate was able to recover it.
Robbie Paris has, you talk about Mr. Dependable on defense being Kyle McCarthy. Robbie Paris is that guy. I mean, Jimmy Clausen, when he's in trouble, he's looking for somebody. He's looking for number 82. And he always seems to find a little soft spot in a defense.
Robbie made the reception, then fumbled, but Golden Tate able to save his teammate. Makes it second down and about a yard. From the shotgun on 2nd and 1. Clausen going for 6 to Tate. Touchdown!
First touchdown pass against USC this season.
First one of the season, and Golden better be careful he doesn't get a taunting penalty. 45 yards. Clausen put it up for Golden Tate. Appeared to be well covered. Still made the catch.
He was well covered. But Jimmy Clausen, they're throwing the deep ball as well as anybody we've seen. They're going to look at it upstairs. I think it's just a matter of whether he's in the end zone or not. But I'll tell you, Golden Tate just is so good when the ball is in the air. And such strong hands. Again, on Josh Pinkard. Good coverage by Pinkard.
Catch, foot down.
Foot down.
Touchdown.
Yeah, that looks like a touchdown to me. The field judge is right there. There's the catch, left foot inbounds. Comes inside the pylon. That's touchdown. No doubt about it.
Well, we've seen him do some amazing things, and there's one more to add to the list.
Well, you know, he had Taylor Mays, all 235 pounds, right on the top of him.
Wow.
So perfect throw by Clausen. He was double covered, Tom,
Yep.
and they still forced it in there.
The rolling on the field is confirmed. Touchdown.
Well, that was certainly an important drive for the Irish to stay in the game after we'd seen the momentum shift in SC's favor. And the Irish, with Jimmy Clausen at the controls, come right back to complete the first touchdown pass of the Trojans this season. Clausen now working on a string of 9 in a row after beginning 3 and 10. Nick Tausch for the extra point. It is good. So with 5:18 left in the third, Jimmy Clausen directing the touchdown drive of the Irish to get right back in it, now down only 6.
There would be nothing sweeter for Jimmy Clausen to beat the Trojans. The guy who grew up in Southern California and threw this ball perfectly. That's cover 2. You've got a corner and a safety. He just squeezes it in there to Golden Tate.
Remarkable play by both Clausen and Tate, really. The throw was where only his guy could get it into double coverage, and Tate somehow able to hold on despite the hit from 235-pound Taylor Mays.
Well, you know, this guy's been doing it for 2 years. 16th career TD reception.
Ties him for the 6th most, as you see, and Irish in desperate need of somebody to make a play. 2 other guys did.
And the penalty by Everson Griffin really set it up, because they would have been in, what, 2nd and very, very long, I think, and Everson Griffin gets the penalty, and Jimmy Clausen takes advantage.
You're right. That was a huge penalty, because they would have been a sack of Clausen. They would have been facing a 2nd and 15. Instead, they got the first down on the 15-yard penalty. There's Ruffer, David Ruffer, ready to kick it off. Charlie Weiss saying he wanted Nick Tausch to concentrate on field goals and extra points, so he'd have Ruffer kick it off. Gable and McNeil are deep. Ruffer's kickoff. Taken by Gable. To about the 27-yard line, where he's tackled by Zeke Motta. Time now for our Liberty Mutual Legends of the Game. During his career at Notre Dame, Joe Theismann led the Fighting Irish to a 23-2 record. Still holds the record for most passing yards in a game, 526 against USC in a downpour in 1970. 1982 selected the NFL Man of the Year for his dedication to the health and welfare of children. And last night, Theismann rallied the Irish faithful at the pep rally before the SC game.
Well, I saw that. I was at that game where he threw for 526. He was amazing.
Trojans now with a first down. Matt Barkley has a man open. It's McCoy. There's a nice sure tackle made by Manti Te'o, the linebacker covering the tight end.
Manti Te'o, that is his 6th tackle. He's leading the team. He's a guy right there, Manti, a guy that's really starting to come on. He's on the field, a true freshman, but very, very athletic, a kind of defensive linebacker Notre Dame hasn't had in a long time.
Still, he got 7 yards on first down. McKnight stopped short of the first down. It'll be 3rd and short for the Trojans. Ian Williams in the defensive front of the Irish makes the stop of Joe McKnight.
And here comes Alan Bradford, their power back, who's subbing for Stephon Johnson. Really an important 3rd down play for the Irish defense. Remember how good they were in short yardage against Washington 2 weeks ago.
And earlier earlier this quarter, USC had a similar stand against the Irish. So play action fake under pressure. Barkley heaves it, and it's caught by McCoy in stride. And the big fellow all the way down to the 5-yard line.
Tom, that's the second time. Once they did it on 4th down, that time on 3rd down for 49 yards. Play action fake. Obviously, they've seen this in tape. But second time, they run the exact same play. Once for 31, once for 49. And again, Matt Barkley had some people in his face, too, Tom.
Hit just as he threw.
Yeah. This is a big athlete that can really run. 6'5", 250 pounds, but with wide receiver speed. You think he's hard to tackle? He's hanging onto that ball as well.
Barkley going flat on his back as he got it to McCoy. Actually covered 60 yards on the play. 1st and goal, Trojans. Bradford.
Well, here's where USC has struggled this year and somewhat today, right? And running the ball inside the 20-yard line, and also where Notre Dame was so good 2 weeks ago. Hard to run it in against Notre Dame.
Well, Notre Dame answers the Trojan touchdown with one of their own, and now USC trying to pay them back. It'll be 2nd down and goal. Ball spotted at the 3-yard line.
McCoy up there at the top of the screen.
Irish showing the blitz. Pitch to Bradford. Trying to get the corner. Has a blocker. Let's see if they rule it. Yes, touchdown. Touchdown, USC. Bradford was hit just short of the goal line, but just powered it across.
And Charles Brown, number 71, the left tackle, making a really nice pull and block to get Bradford in. So the Trojans respond to the big play to Golden Tate. Watch number 71, Tom. He's the guy's left tackle. Kind of pulling. Good job by O'Dowd as well. Just getting to the edge. And then cutting it inside. Took a shot from Harrison Smith, but still gets the ball into the end zone. We have another look upstairs at that one. Let's have another look at...
Replay men have been busy today, haven't they?
Really, you love to see those big old offensive linemen out in front, don't you? There's the hit. Ball's over. That's a touchdown.
Touch.
Hey, you know, you lose a guy like Stephon Johnson. He had that terrible accident, the weightlifting accident. You don't know what you're going to get, but then you just kind of plug in another running back. That's what Pete Carroll's been able to do, is just recruit running back after running back. And Alan Bradford has waited around for 3 years.
Review, the ruling on the field is confirmed. Touchdown.
And so the ruling confirmed, the touchdown for Alan Bradford. .235 now remaining in the 3rd as Congdon lines up for the extra point attempt. The point after is good. So USC answers the Notre Dame touchdown with one of their own as they drive down the field. Now go up 27-14 on the Irish.
And Matt Barkley and Anthony McCoy do it again. On a short yardage play, a little play action. Everybody's thinking, hey, you're going to run it, going to run it, going to run it. Your big old fast tight end gets down the field.
Third and 1, and McCoy takes the pass for 60 yards to set up the touchdown.
You weren't going to say the real, right? The real McCoy. I just knew you weren't going to go there. Please don't go there. No jam on him. Just let a clean release. You see the safeties up. There's 22 and 28, both strong and free safety going for the play action fake. Then try to bring him down. And very, very happy Matt Barkley sees it from the ground. When you hear it in the opposing stadium, there's no crowd noise. You know something good usually happens. Well, this guy's been played pretty well. He's now 288 yards, 2 touchdowns by Matt Barkley.
It's his signature game in his brief career, as Harfman will kick it off to Tate and Allen. This one is going to go out of bounds. So that's a bit of a break for the Irish. And our thanks to MetLife for providing today's coverage from the air. MetLife has the protection you need for the most important ifs in your life. Visit MetLife.com today.
We had two good tight ends coming in today, Tom. Kyle Rudolph really played well this year, but you see only 3 catches just for 3 yards per catch, where McCoy is averaging, again, a tight end, over 30 yards a catch. And also throwing some key blocks as well. Well, we said it was a big stage for Jimmy Clausen. Down 27-14, now it's his time.
With the kick out of bounds, the Irish take over at their own 40. Pressure. Clausen runs right into the rush. 4th sack of the day for the Trojans. This time, Wes Horton will get credit.
You know, they only had 9 sacks coming into today's game. Notre Dame giving up 9 sacks. They had 4 today. That's 25 on the year. But again, it was done with that 4-man rush again, Tom. Again, that's why Jimmy has to 1, 2, 3, 4, right? So Jimmy has the 7 guys in coverage, holding the ball because there's nobody open. And then you get a bunch of white jerseys kind of crushing the pocket. Wes Horton that time.
He becomes the 11th Trojan with a sack this season. That looked like interference call.
Yeah,
There's the flag.
It was.
On Kamara.
Will Harris, I think, the strong safety that had some coverage on him.
Pass interference on the defense, number 36. Ball be placed at the spot of the foul. Automatic first down.
And they call on Josh Pinkard, the corner, number 36. If the Irish are going to come back, it's going to have to be plays like this. There's Pinkard. So the right hand was on his back.
Yep. First down, Notre Dame, 41-yard line.
This deep, soft coverage by USC right now.
But they're getting pressure. And the flag is down as Armando Allen receives the pass short of the first down. Probably be a Notre Dame hold where the flag is.
Everson Griffin is so quick off the ball, Tom. Freakish. Yeah, that guy's just, holding penalty waiting to happen.
Holding. Number 72 on the offense.
And that's
10-yard penalty.
Paul
Remains
Duncan
first down.
Everson Griffin, number 93, off that edge.
Paul Duncan's had a long afternoon.
Well, I think a lot of people do against Everson Griffin. He's got some help from Jarrell Casey as well. Casey's had 9 tackles as an interior lineman today.
Now first down and 20. Throws it away. Again, feeling the pressure, and everybody downfield covered.
We're just laughing at Will Harris. Those two spent some time together after last year's Rose Bowl game, together hanging out. Jimmy was telling us this week.
That stopped Clausen's streak of 9 straight completions.
I'll tell you, if you're Pete Carroll, the USC defense, Rocky Seto, the defensive coordinator, you better still be aware of number 23, Golden Tate. He's up there at the top.
Clausen gets protection this time and finds his receiver, Golden Tate. Takes a lot to bring him down, of course. 14-yard gain.
Good pre-snap read by Jimmy Clausen. There wasn't that soft cover 2 on him. He saw it right away by the alignment of Will Harris. Knew he was going to have Golden Tate on that square end. Got enough time to get it to him. If you can give Jimmy Clausen protection, he's going to make a lot of throws like this.
Third down play. It's third down and 6. Again, he has time. A dangerous throw. And incomplete, intended for Paris, defended by T.J. Bryant.
Little change of pace by Rocky Seto, the defensive coordinator, bringing Chris Gallipo, the middle linebacker, that time rushing with 5, although Clausen had some pretty good time.
Unable to make the completion, though, in a punting situation.
Right there in the middle of your screen, Gallipo.
Ben Turk will punt. Williams takes it at the 20-yard line, bumped into. That'll draw a flag. Careless play by the Irish there.
Jordan Cowart, we're looking at the snapper.
Yeah, Jordan Cowart.
Kick catch interference. Number 60 on the kicking team. 15 yards, first down.
Again, Cowart is the guy snapping the ball. First guy down. You have to give him an opportunity after he signals for the fair catch. Cowart doesn't. Official right there. And that'll give the Trojan 15 more yards.
What was Cowart thinking?
No, he saw his arm up.
Yeah, I mean, that was inexcusable.
Scholarship freshman as a long snapper.
And with the penalty, the punt netted just 21 yards. Final seconds of the third quarter. Matt Barkley, all the time in the world, and an open receiver. It's Williams again.
Hey, they run that corner route to Damian Williams 3 times, and he has been wide open every time.
25 yards.
How about that protection again, Tom? I mean, again, it's just the difference between what Jimmy Clausen's getting and Matt Barkley is getting. That's the difference in the ball game. Inside receiver, little corner route, head fake to the post. Again, the slip by Sergio Brown.
And Darius Fleming is the injured Irish player.
And the guy got off to a great start this game with a tackle for a loss on the first play.
And walking off the field, Darius Fleming.
We were talking to Washington coaches a couple weeks ago, and both the head coach and the offensive coordinator, that was the first guy they mentioned, Darius Fleming. You better take care of him. Ended up not playing in the game, but that was a guy that they were fearful of.
He injured his hamstring and then tweaked it in the opening warm-up and never played, Darius, against the Huskies.
Well, this is a really big defensive series for the Irish. 27-14. They've got to slow down Matt Barkley if they're going to have a chance in this game.
In the pass, once again, Anthony McCoy. And once again, impossible to tackle to the 11-yard line.
What a weapon Anthony McCoy is.
That's 30 yards.
He comes up with it. Well, this guy has had a absolutely sensational day. Tight end playing like a wide receiver.
And so has Matt Barkley, who's now hit 7 straight passes as the third quarter comes to a close.
McCoy has 153 yards in receptions.
And that's the end of the third quarter. USC leading 27-14. We'll return after these messages from your local NBC station. Start the fourth quarter with USC leading Notre Dame 27-14 and threatening to add more. They have a first down at the Irish 13-yard line. Barkley fakes and rolls and delivers the pass complete. It's to Ellison, and he
missed short.
Just a foot from the goal line.
He got absolutely drilled by Brian Smith. But again, Matt Barkley under pressure has been pretty good. He's obviously been good when he's got time, but even under pressure, he has thrown the ball accurately. Red Ellison, one of their 3 tight ends, look at 352 yards for Matt Barkley, career high, 2 touchdowns. Most importantly, no interceptions.
First down USC, first and goal at the Irish 1-yard line. Barkley's going to pitch and catch and deflected out of bounds, or deflected incomplete. by Sergio Brown, intended for Damian Williams, who has 2 touchdown catches already.
You think USC offensive coordinators looked at that short yardage goal line defense at Notre Dame and said, hey, maybe we're going to have to throw it in? Stanley Havili back in the ball game. We saw him go out with an injury earlier. Kind of lobbied on the sideline to get himself in, and here he is.
Had a sprained shoulder, they said, but lobbying to get back in on the field here on 2nd and goal. This time they will hand it off to McKnight.
Ball came out, Tom.
Ball's loose. No, they say it's down. One official there is saying it's down. Torian Smith. And they say the ball down. No fumble. It'll be 3rd down.
I'm sure we'll have a look at it. One thing that's plagued Joe McKnight has been a little loose ball security. Another look. Yeah, he's down. He's trying to reach the ball over the goal line. He was down. Mentioned earlier, Matt Barkley 5 for 5 on quarterback sneaks this year.
3rd and goal from the 1. Pitch to McKnight, using his blockers upended, but he got the touchdown. That play has been very successful today for USC, and they score the touchdown with Joe McKnight taking it across.
You know, Tom, if you had to give an MVP after 3 quarters of USC, you could say McBarkley or the defensive line, but I'll tell you, this offensive line of USC, they get my vote. They have protected the quarterback impeccably, and they've opened just enough room that time for Joe McKnight to get in the end zone.
Jordan Congdon for the extra point attempt. Point after is good. So USC with 3 second-half possessions and 3 touchdowns. They put up 34 points, 34-14 Trojans. Notre Dame football is brought to you by ADT Security Services, always there. By Geico, 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance. By Adidas, impossible is nothing. And by E-Trade. Harfman, number 48, ready to kick it off for the USC Trojans. Tate, deep. Fields it at the 10. Bounced off one tackler. Gets to the outside and then is dragged down as he crosses the 30-yard line.
USC special teams missing Scott Stevens, their MVP on special teams, out with a knee injury.
Well, last season USC beat Notre Dame 38-3. It was 38-0 the year before, and now they've put up 34 points with still a lot of the 4th quarter remaining. Notre Dame's defense has been unable to stop them in the second half. So the Irish down 34-14. Has to go underneath to Allen. And Allen makes a nice play out of it as he crosses midfield and is slammed out of bounds with the flag down. Taylor Mays will be called for the late hit after a 20-yard gain. Tack on 15 more.
Well, those are 2 needless penalties, right? One on Everson Griffin, that time on Taylor Mays. Good check down by Jimmy Clausen. Play by Taylor Mays. Easy call for the official.
Walk off the penalty against the Trojans and place the football at the 32-yard line. First down Notre Dame by penalty after a nice catch and run by Allen. Clausen has Harris open in the middle of the defense. Takes a gang to bring him down. In fact, they never actually bring him down.
Robbie Parrish, we got a chance to talk to him yesterday. Kind of an interesting guy. Came in with some pink hair extensions.
Kind of see one there sticking out of his helmet. See it?
Asking him about that. It was in honor of Breast Cancer Awareness Month, Tom, and he's had one family member, one friend afflicted by the disease.
Hurry up offense by the Irish. Handoff to Armando Allen. Nice gain by Allen for another first down.
Paris, one of the best dressers on the team, Robbie Paris. And
he had planned for today a pink sport coat. There it is.
It's shocking. He told us yesterday that he has bought 7 suits here at some thrift shop. What's the most he paid for one? $7. Shoe shop, Tom.
Goes to the thrift shop before every home game for a new outfit. Boston goes for the end zone, and the catch not able to be made by Golden Tate. Well defended, and Pinkard using the boundary as an assist.
And the drums.
And the drums?
Yeah.
At least Golden wasn't going to dive into the band that time.
He did that a few weeks ago. But Jimmy Clausen, every time he sees that single coverage on Golden Tate, that's what they're doing. They're running the long route. They caught a touchdown in double coverage, but that time it was single on Golden. And Jimmy Clausen likes his odds.
Second and 10 from the 15-yard line. It complete. Robbie Paris.
Good block that time by Golden Tate. You know, we've seen Golden Tate catch the ball, but watch the block this time by number 23. Again, you know, those little things. Hurry up offense he's at the top of the screen. Good block allows Paris to get outside, almost get to the first.
About a yard short. Third down. Forward with Allen.
He's got it. Good, tough inside run by Armando Allen. This guy has become this season, Armando Allen, just a tough runner inside at 195 pounds. Everson Griffin just goes right through Everson Griffin's tackle.
Clausen keeps for the touchdown. Jimmy Clausen scores against some of his good friends. And you won't see that, a running touchdown by Clausen very often. And now flags come flying down. It's like there was a little skirmish in the end zone after that play.
Well, 2 stupid penalties this half so far.
After the play, dead ball. Personal foul, number 94 in the defense.
That makes 3. That's on Armand Armstead.
So they'll assess it on the kickoff. Clausen limping a little bit with that bad turf toe as he comes to the sideline after diving in for the touchdown.
Really 2 good surprise calls by the Irish. One on the fake field goal. They got almost a touchdown. And that one, nobody expects Jimmy Clausen with a bad hoof to carry it in.
Extra point attempt by Tausch. Bad hoof, huh?
Bad hoof.
And that is blocked and no good. No good. I think it was partially deflected.
Oh, yeah, it did. It was definitely. You can hear it from up here.
So special teams play by the Trojans. It's 34-20. Gorgeous shot in the gloaming at Notre Dame Stadium. First down and 10 for the Trojans of USC, who lead it 34-20. First down handoff to Joe McKnight. Stop for a loss on the play by Brian Smith.
You saw that.
And, of course, the Trojans playing without Stephon Johnson, who was injured in that horrible weightlifting accident that crushed his throat and his larynx. But a little surprise for the Trojans on Thursday. A team meeting. Coach Pete Carroll presiding.
What do you got for me, Coach?
And here's Stephon Johnson, to the delight of his teammates, unable to speak, but making an inspirational appearance as they got ready to come to South Bend. McKnight surrounded, no place to go. Lost another yard. And for more on Stephon Johnson, let's go down to Alex.
Well, Tom, the Trojans always traveling now with Stephon Johnson's memory with them. They brought this sign with them. They hung it in the locker room and put Stephon's name underneath it, also wearing decals on the back of their helmets saying Stephon, fight on, number 13. He is definitely here in spirit, Tom.
All right, here's a huge play for the Notre Dame defense. 3rd down and 14. Pete Carroll trying to get the right play call. They're at the 36-yard line. Barkley, who's had a career day, standing in there and hit as he let it go. Intercepted. Gary Gray. Gray taken out of bounds inside the 15-yard line by Jeff Byers.
I'll tell you what, complete change of momentum for the Irish. Barkley, who's been so good protecting the ball today, a little high throw. It gets tough, and Gary Gray, who was beaten earlier in the game a couple times. They actually benched him for a while. He's on Damian Williams. Some slipping and sliding. The ball got tipped, I think, and then Gary Gray there to make the play, and then a hustling Jeff Byers prevented him from getting in the end zone. Good pressure, too, by Brian Smith on Barkley.
So Clausen out now with a 1st down at the 13 of USC. Trailing by 14. Clausen. Protection breaks down. And Clausen is sacked again.
It was Everson Griffin again. Number 93. And boy, it's been a tough matchup for the offensive line.
Clausen's hurt. Clausen's hurt. Fifth sack of the day, and Jimmy Clausen limping badly, now getting back into the huddle.
Left side, number 93, this time against Mike Ragone. And again, he's got that turf toe on his right foot.
On 2nd down, hobbling to his right, throwing, pass is complete. Golden Tate giving up yardage to try to get away.
They're going to mark it on the, about the 15-yard line.
Flag, there's a flag. Pete Carroll, like everyone else, awaiting the call.
There are 2 fouls on the play. Dead ball, personal foul, 26 on the defense. Dead ball, personal foul, 55 on the offense. Those penalties will offset. 3rd down.
Will Harris and Eric Olson offsetting penalties.
Well, right now, down by 14. I tell you, if you're an offensive lineman, you better buckle up your chin strap and give Jimmy Clausen a chance. Jimmy just battling that turf toe, and again, Everson Griffin is the guy for most of the day that's been hassling Jimmy Clausen.
3rd down and 12, just inside the Trojan 15-yard line. Here they come. Clausen's pass caught by Tate for the touchdown.
Growing belief that they can win this ball game. Down by a touchdown now. And give Jimmy Clausen some credit. He hung in there and he took a shot again. Down to a 1-touchdown game. After the interception, just a 3-play drive for the TD.
So the turnover, the Irish converted to a touchdown. Tausch had his last one partially blocked, no good. The point after on its way, and this time it's dead center. A 15-yard touchdown pass from Jimmy Clausen to Golden Tate. Tate now with 7 receptions, 104 yards, and this is his second touchdown to make it a 7-point game. Seven-point game, 34-27 with 7.5 minutes to go at Notre Dame Stadium. David Ruffler is back to kick off for the Irish. Gable and McNeil deep. Gable tripped up. Across the 30-yard line to about the 32, where freshman Matt Barkley will take over.
Let's go back and look at that touchdown. And Golden Tate, we talked so much this year how strong he is. He's going to take a shot from Taylor Mays, the free safety. Strong hands, and then hangs onto the ball, gets to the end zone, and gives Taylor Mays a little bit. He's just a strong guy after the catch.
Now the Irish defense asked to make a play. Matt Barkley's had a great game this afternoon. He's going to pass on first down. A little pressure. He's got a wide open man, Osbury. Osbury's to the 40-yard line, hit there by Robert Blanton.
One thing, USC has had some guys that are wide open, and David Osbury was open by a lot that time. Stretching the field, good pass protection again for Barkley, and he kind of scanned the field to find a wide open Osbury.
Just inside 7 minutes. Joe McKnight hit at the 40, but his momentum is going to take him to a first down.
That was a nice, tough run by Joe McKnight. First time really in his USC career that he's been healthy. Really, he's developed into a different kind of back. Doesn't have to believe every run's going to be 40 yards.
Today's 1st and 10 line brought to you by Xerox.
Yeah, USC in their offensive line would love to grind out a first down or two and eat some clock. Notre Dame has 2 timeouts remaining. And USC is going to call a timeout.
So SC calls their first timeout of the second half.
Close ball games, timeouts are really critical to save.
Well, close games. You say close games, you say Notre Dame.
I did.
They have been involved in some close ones at Michigan. This is the one they lost, but they did come from 11 points down. And then Kyle McCarthy's interception saved the win over Michigan State. The winning drive engineered by Jimmy Clausen to beat Purdue at Purdue. And then the overtime victory against Washington here at Notre Dame Stadium.
Yeah, they've been bad for traffic, actually. They've come back so much.
Well, can they do it again? Well, they're down 7 to a powerful SC team. And Notre Dame has had a hard time slowing them down. They've only stopped them once in the second half. They got the interception and converted into a touchdown. So Matt Barkley and company have been hard to handle here in the second half today.
Jeremy Bates with the play sheet, longer than the Magna Carta, looked like.
Impressed with Barkley, aren't you?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, just the presses. I mean, he didn't throw that last interception, but the stage is not too big for this freshman 19-year-old.
Fake to McKnight, and Barkley will be sacked. Back to the 30-yard line. John Ryan wrapped him up.
I'll tell you, John Ryan has started most of this year, has not made a lot of big plays until that one. John Ryan's made a lot of little plays, but as big as he can get right now, trying to get the Irish back in this game. You know, he stayed at home. Right bottom of your screen here, this is a guy that stayed at home because USC has run this play successfully 4 or 5 times, but not that time because of the discipline of John Ryan.
Now sets up second down and 18. Play clock at 2. He got it off. A hand to McKnight. McKnight again hard to bring down. Gets back to the original line of scrimmage. It's going to bring up a 3rd and long for the Trojans as the clock approaches 5 minutes.
And that journey that all young quarterbacks go through, Tom, that Matt Barkley has know the circumstance of the game. Defense is playing great. Just don't force it.
Irish desperately want the ball back. Here's a key play. It's 3rd down and 10. Matt Barkley, the freshman quarterback. His team leads by 7. Sets up a screen pass. Got a couple of blocks. Out of bounds. They'll spot it short of the first down at midfield as McKnight unable to pick up the first.
A good defensive series by the Irish, because Joe McKnight out there in the open field is hard to bring down.
Punt team on for SC. Jacob Hartman is their punter. And the dangerous Golden Tate will be deep for the Irish. Hartman has played well today, and Tate has too. High punt. Tate calls for a fair catch and lets it bounce. It'll be down at about the 22-yard line with 4:10 on their 4:18 on the clock. Sunday night is football night. 2 of the league's best young guns go head-to-head this Sunday. Jay Cutler of the Bears, Matt Ryan of the Falcons, and Bob Costas hosts Football Night in America live from Atlanta with our coverage starting at 7 o'clock Eastern on NBC. Well, can Jimmy Clausen do it again? Can he pull out another close one for the Irish? He needs 7 to tie. Whistles and flags all over. Illegal procedure. False start against Trevor Robinson of Notre Dame. That did not help. Charlie Weiss adjusts his play call perhaps as Trevor Robinson called for the false start. Puts the ball back at the Irish 17-yard line. 1st down and 15.
Well, we said it all day. It's the offensive line against that front 4 of the Trojans that are going to be the difference on this drive.
Clausen goes underneath to Allen. Armando made a man miss, and he's to the 30-yard line. Got the penalty back and then some, a gain of 13. Jarrell Casey finally chases down Armando Allen.
And good discipline by Jimmy Clausen. He said, hey, 7 back there in defense, just check it down to Allen and let him pick up 11 yards.
Clausen diving ahead. He has the 1st down. 2nd time he's kept. The other one was for a touchdown. This is for a 1st down.
And those are big plays. I mean, 2 big plays, the touchdown, and then just kind of keep moving that chains, and led 4 career 4th quarter comeback victories. This year in the 4th quarter, he's thrown 4 touchdowns and no interceptions.
At the 37. In traffic. Catch made by Paris. Jimmy drilled that one in there, and somehow Paris held on for 7 yards.
Well, you give Jimmy Clausen some time, and he is an accurate thrower.
Approaching 3 minutes.
Notre Dame has 2 timeouts remaining.
Clausen under pressure. Has to throw it away.
He's done a good job with that, Jimmy Clausen, today. He's been sacked a few times, but he's avoided about 3 or 4 others.
Charlie Weiss calling his play.
Well, he's got, I think, 2 downs to get 3 yards, Tom, because I just don't think if he punted it away, he might see it again. So he's got to be thinking, I've got 2 downs to get 3 yards.
Robbie Paris with a career-high 7 catches today. 3rd down and 3. Underneath the catch, made right at the 1st down line by Paris. That's his 8th reception. Let's see where they spot the football.
It's a heck of a catch.
Oh, he's going to get the 1st down.
Boy, and he absolutely took a shot from T.J. Bryant. Yeah, you talk about a guy that's the old quarterback security blanket. That's the guy.
He's trying to shake it off.
He took one right to the ribs.
They got the first down. Clausen with time, but it breaks down, and then he whips it complete. Caught by John Goodman. The ball's loose.
Covered by
Looks
Notre
like
Dame.
Armando Allen fell on it.
It's a hustling Armando Allen, too, Tom.
And Clausen looking gimpy as he gets up.
Last time he was gimpy around, he led the winning touchdown drive against Purdue.
Maybe that's a good sign.
Yeah, if you're an Irish fan, you want to see him limping around. I'll tell you, there's been some hustling plays that have really kind of saved the day for the Irish. Watch Jimmy Clausen once more get hit by Jackson.
Goodman caught it, fumbled it, recovered by Allen, a yard short of the first down. Armando Allen's going to try to pick it up on the ground. It's going to be close. Clock, of course, will stop with the first down. It'll also stop if they have to measure. And that's what they'll do.
Well, Clausen, after a really slow start, now is 22 of 33, 234 yards, and 2 big touchdowns. And you'll see what he's done in the second half.
And what about his Heisman credentials?
Well, we got a few more minutes. You got it 147. If he can pull out a win here, they will be elevated.
First down, Notre Dame.
It'll be interesting to see what Charlie does if they score a touchdown, whether he goes for 1 or 2.
Clausen limping a little bit. The clock now will restart when the ball's marked ready for play.
This last 10 minutes or so, the Irish offensive linemen have done a pretty good job of protecting Jimmy Clausen.
Protection breaks down, and the pass is incomplete. Goodman tried to make a diving stab at it as Clausen was running for his life.
You know, it's amazing how well he's moved around, Tom. And he came into our meeting yesterday, and he was wearing tennis shoes, but he still had a metal plate in his right tennis shoe. We asked him about that foot. He said, no, it's not going to feel better until the end of the year. Kind of spatted his shoes this week for the first time ever. They're just trying to give him a little extra support.
1:23 on the clock. This is second down.
Golden Tate up at the top.
Single coverage on him. Clausen goes that way, and it's a completion to Golden Tate inside the 30-yard line.
How about those hands, Tom? Did you see him just catch it and hold it up above his head? And the strongest hands receiver you're going to see. He just does not bobble the ball.
Clock stopped at 1:15. Ball set at the 29-yard line.
Watch how he holds the ball up after that catch, away from the defender.
Clausen's going for the end zone to Goodman, and he gets a hand on it, but that's all. Incomplete. Took a shot at the end zone. Now 54 seconds.
Well, with 2 timeouts, it's not a matter of time. They've got plenty of time. It's a matter of getting the ball in the end zone. The Trojans have still just given up 1 touchdown pass. Is that right? 2 now. Jimmy Clausen's got 2. 2 touchdown passes, both today.
Tate caught both. Tate caught both of them.
Indeed.
Here's Clausen, chased from the pocket. Flips it, and it is incomplete to Armando Allen. He thought he caught it.
Well, that's actually a break. I think it's a break from Notre Dame.
Because he was a short gain on the play, and the clock would have kept.
Absolutely. Well, again,
it does bring up a third down.
Yeah, but just as we said before, 2 downs to get those 10 yards, Tom, right? over the years, the Irish have been a pretty good screen team in these kind of situations. Only seen one today.
Third down. 47 seconds.
And there's going to be single coverage on Golden Tate up top.
Top of the screen. Clausen's going to it. Tate up for grabs in the end zone. Incomplete.
You just got to keep that one in the field of play. But again, every time they see that coverage, it's one deep, not two deep. They're going to throw the ball up to Golden Tate.
And timeout, Notre Dame, 42 seconds. They're going to talk over this fourth down play. A fourth down play coming up in a 7-point game. Notre Dame 4th and 10 from the Trojan 29. Well, one of the questions that everyone has been posing around college football, and we posed it ourselves, Pat, is Notre Dame back? Is Notre Dame capable of playing with the USCs of college football? What's the answer after you've seen the game
today? Well, we still have 42 seconds, and you're going to see it in the next 42 seconds. There's no doubt they have closed the talent gap. They've recruited better. He's got more depth, Charlie Weiss does. But he's still looking for that signature win. As much as Charlie told us the other day, hey, it's not going to be about me, he is looking for a signature win that he has not had yet. And same for Jimmy Clausen. A lot riding for him on this one. And Pete Carroll's going to have to dial up some more pressure on Jimmy Clausen. Interesting to see on this fourth down whether he still rushes four guys or brings a blitz. Not blitz much today.
It's 4th down and 10. 42 seconds left. SC by 7. Here's the snap. Clausen in the pocket. Across the middle. It's caught for a first down. Paris, and he's hurt. There's a flag down in the Trojan secondary. 13-yard gain on 4th and 10.
I'll tell you that. Robbie Paris.
Red ball, personal foul on the defense. Targeting a defenseless player. Half the distance to the goal. Automatic first down.
Now, I get him half the distance to the goal, but Robbie Paris, shocking that he could hang on to this ball, Tom, because he got absolutely drilled. He's been drilled a couple times today.
Help from the field. Picking up a super clutch first down catch.
You know, it was like Purdue in that last drive when he needed 15 yards. You see how he went over the first down yardage to pick up at least 10 yards?
Career high 9 receptions, 92 yards for the senior from Olmsted Falls, Ohio. The penalty places the ball at the 8-yard line. 1st and goal from the 8. The clock approaching 20 seconds. Clausen. Rolling. Gonna throw it away. Penalty flag down.
It's unbelievable. That one on Malik Jackson.
Pat, what are they thinking?
It's just stupid. Just bad, really bad penalties. That's I think, 8th penalty on the Trojans today.
Number 97 on the defense. Half the distance to the goal.
Really
automatic first down.
Play by Malik Jackson.
Yeah, but 9 seconds are all that remain. The ball will be placed down at the 4-yard line.
Yeah, but they would have been back on the 20.
Yeah.
Referee right there, just a stupid play.
9 seconds. 1st and goal at the 4.
Robert Hughes was so strong here last year, but you got to throw it, right?
Yeah, with only 9 seconds.
Yeah.
Hughes is the setback.
Golden Tate, single coverage up top.
Hughes sneaks up closer to the line of scrimmage as Clausen tosses it up for grabs. Jump ball in the air. Caught by Kyle Rudolph. But was he in the end zone or was he out of bounds? Incomplete. And there are 4 seconds left.
Is this getting to feel like that 2005 Bush game? We were here just a few years ago. There's, good play by T.J. McDonald. And he's out. Gonna look at it upstairs. Good play by McDonald to tip it away.
Out of bounds.
Out of bounds when he makes that catch. A good concentration. Way to stay with it by Kyle Rudolph. Knee on the out of bounds mark.
So Notre Dame calls a timeout to talk over what will, barring a penalty, be the final play of the game.
Yeah, that was a nice formation by Charlie West because he had single coverage with Golden Tate and with Kyle Rudolph by formation. Kind of split Kyle Rudolph out as a wide receiver, forced a defensive back who's just 6 feet to guard the 6'6" tight end.
High drama at Notre Dame Stadium. Two teams that are 4-1. Two teams nationally ranked. Two teams hoping to make it in the BCS. Confirmed upstairs on the replay. 7-point lead for USC as we come down with 4 seconds left. And the Irish with the ball at the Trojan 4-yard line. Clausen is going to be under center. Nope, now he backs up to the shotgun. There's the snap. Jimmy Clausen drills it, and it's deflected, incomplete, and USC wins. Pair of sevens, Jimmy Clausen, Matt Barkley, friends. And they're going to review it to see if there might have been 1 second left.
This now is eerily looking like the 2005 game. It does look like it's 1 second, Tom. They're going to look at that upstairs.
Well, they've chased the Trojan players back to their sideline.
Same drama as that game. Really. Same drama as the 2005 game. But you're right, in reverse.
Yep.
They give him 1 second remaining. So Charlie Weiss just got the signal.
So they'll have one more shot at it. Well, if we thought it was high drama a minute ago, what about this? 1 second left. Thanks to a replay overturning the ruling on the field. If that indeed is the case, we still don't have official confirmation.
After further review, it was confirmed that there's 1 second remaining on the clock.
"60 minutes, but it comes down to 1 second.
All right, 1 second, and Notre Dame's ready to go. Telling everyone, please be quiet.
Double coverage on Tate.
And USC is going to take a timeout.
Well, that's a good timeout.
Yeah. Well, apparently USC had won. The players rushed the field. The referees signaled the game was over. But replay takes another look. And they say 1 second left. So one more chance for Jimmy Clausen and the Irish offense.
You know, they have been so good down here throwing those jump balls. It used to be to Michael Floyd. He's injured. But the Golden Tate to Kyle Rudolph. Tried it a couple times just a moment ago. Good coverage by the USC team. They still get one more chance. Thought the game was over. Coaches rushed the field. Matt Barkley was over consoling Jimmy Clausen, and it may turn around. Maybe the one getting consoled.
USC led by 20 points. Notre Dame has never had the lead in the game. Notre Dame has scored 13 straight, but they're still 7 points short. With 1 second left, from the 4-yard line.
Rudolph up top. I like to throw him the lob.
Clausen had a man wide open in the end zone. Rudolph, and his pass was way behind him. Rudolph came wide open in the end zone, and now the celebration starts on the USC, or continues on the USC sideline. It started one play ago, but now it's confirmed, and the Trojans have fought off a determined Notre Dame comeback, helped by some Trojan penalties.
Yeah, absolutely helped by some Trojan penalties, but Jimmy Clausen really rose to the occasion at the end, as he has most of this year. And we said at the very top of the show, defining moment for Jimmy Clausen. He did his part. We said, hey, the USC defensive line, they did their part. It was a even match, just about.